just really doesn't have a motivation to do it. He's happy with just doing the Fridays.
Well, that's awesome.
It is, but he's welcome on here anytime. You know that.
Yes, it's open to many.
If you ain't first, not all though, not all.
No, I know. It's
no cocks.
Yeah, and yeah.
Everyone's invited. No schlongs.
You get that? It's like a clubhouse, and up top it says, "No dicks, thanks."
No dicks, thanks. Just say no. Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Izzy, I know you're a Thursday night movie man, right?
Yeah, but I got the tickets on.
Well, New York has no internet. There you go.
Okay, I'll pause waiting to see if it was me. I'm like, oh my gosh, is it me or?
For Easter. So after we go to church, we're gonna go see the movie. No, it was me. It was me. It was me. So what I was gonna say, I don't know. I'm going on Sunday because it's Easter and all the family wants to go see the movie. So yeah, I'm super hyped though.
My family wants to hunt eggs. I like
that's tomorrow.
Do you guys use 30-06 or are you guys still doing archery when you hunt your eggs?
We just use 22s.
Oh
yeah, we don't hunt.
We want to smash the egg. We don't want to
just go to a park and pick eggs out from there that are fake.
Good morning. Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a flipping minute. Like a phoenix rising from the
Good
ash.
morning.
Let's look at that. Perfect. Let's talk about wrestling.
It's still good evening, isn't it?
Sorry, I'm in a bit of a Godzilla sort of mood.
Did you see the new movie?
A couple of hours ago.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes.
Rabbit season, duck season, egg season.
Not only am I excited that you've seen the new Godzilla, I'm excited that you actually went out to a movie premiere because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a movie guy.
Technically,
you're a movie guy
I'm
in
a
your
day
own
late.
time frame.
I'm a day late. I was going to go the night before, but Beck got held back at work, so we had to go today.
Dude,
did she have to repeat?
Glad you still got to see it. What format did you watch it in?
Pirated on my laptop. No, just joking. I went to the cinemas. Just normal cinemas. It's
standard screen.
Yeah, just standard.
Bro, we went to the IMAX. That movie was large and loud. It was.
So I'm going to show you something I found out it has been released.
We'll get to that in a minute, Izzy.
You're gonna love it,
Spidey.
I saw Beck getting fidgety, but I was thoroughly enjoying it. I was.
Carnivore Comics went on sale Wednesday at 3 p.m. Still some available. $20 price tag. All right, back to the movie.
It's all, but yeah,
it's a great cover. I'm very excited for that book.
I have a favorite part, but it's so insignificant. It's literally the part where Kong just rubs Shimu under the chin at the end of the movie. I just love
too much info.
That was
he looking down when he was doing it?
that you're gonna have to go pay to see it. No, and all dude, like this movie is definitely the Titans movie for the first time. Like someone messaged me after the movie, like, I don't know how to rate this movie. It was pure insanity. And they loved it. Like, because I'm like, yeah, when you go to kind of scale, like, because it was J-Man, Rob, you know, he does his ratings like story, pacing, action, characters, excitement, and he grades all of those categories. I said, when you go to grade the character category, you're grading the Titans. Like, for the first time, like, they massively outweigh the people in the movie, like massively outweigh them. But it was definitely a Titan movie. Without getting into spoilers, my part was when Kong lost his patience with Godzilla. You know what I'm talking about, Spidey?
Yeah. I know.
Just lost his patience. It's like, all right, fine, I'll lay hands on him. I'm like, oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like,
so
just hold on a minute. No,
he wouldn't hold on. And just boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh my god.
So here's my question: who gets more screen time, Kong or Godzilla?
This is Kong's movie.
Yeah,
Like, I'm happy to say that. I was pointing that out. That's been talked about since the first early review, early screenings that they did like 6 months ago. Everybody 6 months ago came out of it. It got nothing but positive reviews from the early audience. And the only thing that can be slanted negative that people were saying, it leans Kong heavy. So if you're like there just for Godzilla, know that this is slanting Kong heavy. Like there's plenty of Godzilla in it, but being that we don't have a lot of human narrative in this, it's definitely all Titan narrative. They're using Kong to run that narrative, which is perfectly fine. Because out of a giant lizard and a giant ape, you get more story out of an ape, more emotion out of an ape. Monkey saw the movie. You tell Rob good morning.
Hi.
What did you think of the movie?
Hey, Monkey.
Are you still sleepy? What was your favorite part of the movie?
When Shimu came out.
When Shimu came out, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Izzy, throw that book back up real quick.
Give me a second. I have to pull it up again. So keep
Izzy
talking.
is frozen with emotion. Good morning, Flash Ray Video. Good morning, Kenny Bird. Kenny B from the right side of the tracks. I was just about to use that joke. Rabbit season, duck season, egg season. Hey, what is going on, circumstances? Hope you're doing good this morning. We got field day today, don't we?
Are you guys going to be coloring some eggs this weekend?
Rob asked you about coloring eggs. You can have it when you answer them. Ooh, whoa.
No, you're not going to do any egg coloring?
Yeah. Are we going to hunt for some more eggs? Yeah. Heading to work, but is killing me again. But is killing me again today. Much heart, pimps, and legends. I think he meant to say his back, but he definitely said his butt is killing him.
Yeah.
But that's how it be. That's how it be for the work.
Wow, that kind of job. That's the kind of job he has.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Much heart.
If that's how you need to make a living. That's how you got to make a living. I feel you.
Just know that we don't judge you for that, Durs. We just think down.
We love you. I think there's other things that you need to work on, but
Lady Durs had her way.
All right, so this is the Lucio Perillo variant for the 70th anniversary of Godzilla one shot, and it doesn't come out till May, but pre-sales for this one on sale this past week, this past Wednesday, which I'm shocked that it didn't just sell out immediately. But it's one of those things. I don't think nobody is looking to expect this kind of book, especially this early.
Yeah, it's just the cover alone is gorgeous. Look at how it's gorgeous.
Yeah, he crushed that.
Mm-hmm. This is from Comic Tom's site, so apparently it's going to be in multiple sites.
I think that's the normal,
he's got a partnership with Carnivore.
Yeah, I believe it's a Carnivore Comics exclusive. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Like, so it's one person's book, and the other one are in a buy-in program. Like shops run what are called buy-in programs, where one person was the one that reached out to the artist, came up with the idea, I want to do it on this book, and does it, and then other shops can pay a sliding scale amount of money to get a sliding scale amount of books.
Yeah.
And if you pay enough, it gets your logo added to the back as well.
Yeah, I guarantee you that Carnivore's running it. And
yeah, I found out from watching Tom this morning. So I was watching Tom this morning, and he threw it up, and I was like, yeah, I need that.
Dirt said he got it for $10 on Whatnot.
Oh, cool, Dirt. Congrats.
Nice.
Is it already in handers? Not in your hands, Durs. I'm not talking about your hands. I'm talking about
we know it's not in his butt.
Because isn't this supposed to street date in May?
May 13th, it says. May 13th?
Yeah, May 13th. There's a bunch of covers for it, like incentives and stuff, but this is the
really is Whatnot allowed to sell advanced stuff? I mean,
if it's their books, they could sell it. They just can't send it.
I mean, how do you ship it within the X number of days?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Well, then again, you got to think about the agreements they may have with whatnot.
Not sure. Tom just drops
Tom.
a couple for $10. He had, I don't know, man. That's weird. I don't know how that works at all. That's really cool that you were able to score it.
$10 is awesome, man. Congrats.
I was actually surprised to see the Comic Tom account post on my IG about my thumbnail for the PGX video.
Oh, really?
Going, I gotta see this.
Dude, I saw that video and I was shocked. I was shocked just like you about that Spider-Man.
The ASM 361.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all the other ones I wasn't shocking, but that one shocked me.
What
I was
happened,
nervous.
Rob?
So I had sent in 6 books that were PG. I pulled 6 9.8 PGX books from my PC, and I sent them into CGC for crossover grading. So among them was a ASM 361 First Carnage. Yep. There was a First Shogun Warriors.
Now familiar with the video and everything. I mean, what happened with Comic Tom?
Oh, he just had posted on the thumbnail or the account had posted on the thumbnail on IG that we got to go check out this video now.
Oh, they shared out your
That's nice.
your
No, they didn't share it out. They just he just commented on it because of the music in the background. Because I had the I Hurt Myself Today music playing in the background.
Johnny Cash or the 90s?
Yeah, the Johnny Cash. Yeah, the Johnny Cash one.
Mm-hmm.
But so anyways, yeah, the 361 with that production tear on the back. That one was obviously I was really afraid of that one. I was nervous with the Shogun Warriors just because of it being a Bronze Age book, being older. The modern books I wasn't as concerned about. Now, what's going to be interesting is, so then I have another set of books that are off at CBCS right now that were signature authenticated originally through PGX. So now we're going to get grade and signature authentication. And now I have 2 more planned. I have right here the stack that I pulled. It's going to PGX books that are going to CGC next. And these are all like old. This is ASM 24, ASM 38, so ASM 39.
Yeah, sub 100.
So they're all sub 100 except for one, which is 134. First Tarantula. Well, it's still 1974. So they all fall under the vintage grading tier.
Like $50 a book.
So yes, it's more expensive per book. But it'll be interesting is now these are because I've had people comment, those are all modern books for the most part. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna run some that are obviously these aren't high grade, they're middle ground grades that are Silver Age books. And
just as like a basic rule of thumb, not the exception, did everything grade up, grade down, or remain the same?
So far on the first video, everything stayed the same. They were 9.8s going in, 9.8s coming out.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be more interested to see how the older ones go. I think there's just more room to kind of gauge like the grading scale.
Right. So that's what we're going to do. The older ones next, and then the video after this, I earmarked. I'm going to send in another 6 books. All those 6 books are modern books, but they're all either 10s or 9.9s.
Yeah, I've been thinking about CGC a lot more lately than ever before because I don't really think about them often to begin with. But like 2 years ago, kind of had the companies like figured out where they were for that time. Like CGC was whatever, and that CBCS was going to grade more harsher, and like what I'm saying, like you kind of had an idea. And now I think so much has changed in the past couple of years that there's nothing wrong with the stuff that's changing. You just have to like figure it all out again. I think that's where everyone. Like if everyone knows that CGC is grading higher, like they're not going to complain. They're going to submit to their favorite company and be glad that there's a better chance of getting higher grades based off their scale of how they're grading.
Right. And I'm really interested because now that we have CGC saying that they're going to look for 9.9s and 10s, right? So it'll be really interesting when I send in 6 books that were PGX and graded 9.9s and 10s. How many of them, if any of them, come back in 9.9 or a 10?
Are you going to have the balls to do that?
Yeah,
you got the balls?
I do. I've already made the list.
Grapefruits for him?
We'll send them in because I figured where's the look right now. If I try to if I wanted to sell them,
no one would want them.
Even as a 10. They're not going to pay more than 9.8 pricing at best.
Yeah,
and they're still go, oh, it's PG. So if it comes back at 9.8 CGC, I'm still good.
It also would definitely massively matter about the book these days.
Yeah.
Even before the whole 9.9 announcement with CGC, like 9.9s and 10s are definitely awesome, and it's definitely the market slowing down since the lockdown. It's affected that as well. Like people don't just buy a 9.9 slab; they don't care unless it's a book that's somewhat desirable.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
During the lockdown, if there was a 9.9 or a 10, people would buy it because they know like there's a market to do something with it. There's not a market for like 9.9s and 10s of undesirable books.
So what I'm going to send in is it'll be 4.99 because I've got them pulled up. It was marked off. There's 4.99s and 2 10s that'll go in, and like the 10s, one of them is not really a big deal book as far as a lot of people would go, and it's a Harley Quinn Year of the Villain, but it's a J. Scott Campbell variant. So that
you like you some J. Scott Campbell, don't you?
I do.
When does your homage trilogy release that you mentioned?
Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific.
Noon over here.
Yeah, but you notice on his website he posts 9 a.m. Pacific. Or on all the Facebook posts, they all focus on Pacific time. Which is interesting because he's in Colorado. It's not like he's in the West Coast.
Colorado's about the same time.
No, it's not.
It's mountain over there?
They're mountain or central, actually.
I think they might be Pacific.
I guarantee you they're not Pacific.
Hey, who am I to say?
Izzy, Utah.
Who am I to say?
Who am I to say? You know what I'm saying?
I will tell you that Utah is between Colorado and California, and Utah is in a different time zone than California.
So what time is it? Yeah, they're mountain. They're mountain.
I don't even see a time on the website yet.
It's there. You got to be.
9 a.m. Pacific. Yeah, he does say Pacific. It's on the imagery. Yeah. I do want to point out that while you're waiting on those to go on sale, you can head over to my page. You can hit my live stream tab, and you can already find new DC Day for next week is canceled. At least the lunchtime show. It's going to be replaced with new Ghost Machine Day with special guests Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, Jason Fabach, and Brian Hitch will all be on the show, hanging out, gearing up, talking Ghost Machine, which all those books, Geiger will be starting its ongoing Red Coat, as well as Rook Exodus, all be starting on sale the very next day, less than 24 hours before you can get those books. You can come hang out, talk to those creators, and per them, as long as nothing comes up between now and them, all 4 of them will be there, which is massive. That's really huge. I'm really excited to get to hang out and chit chat with them. Of course, with any new Comic Day live stream on my channel, there'll be a really awesome giveaway. You get all of Geiger, all of Junkyard Joe, as well as the 80-page giant that includes Red Coat's first appearance. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. I got 3
congratulations on scoring that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, they reached out to me. I'm like, hey,
even better.
It was funny because Kat is their social media point person, and asked if I'd be interested in hosting any of the Ghost Machine creators. And this was a while back. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And she's like, all right, well, let me do the rounds. And when I come back to you, I'll come back to you with available days and times. And when she emailed me, she's like, all right, so it's getting a little limited. How does Tuesdays work for you? I'm like, as a matter of fact, pretty well. It's like, all right, well, it's hard getting everyone organized because they're all in different time zones. Mm-hmm. But I have a few people available. If this will work, we've got Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, Brian Hitch, and Jason Fabach. And I had to pick my jaw up. I'm like, yes, that's perfect. Because those are the ones I've been like writing for from day one.
Only those 4? No, forget it. I'm done.
I was like, sorry. This show's not that important. Yeah. They're not that important.
What is going on, Trek Galaxy? Yeah, I saw it yesterday as well at the IMAX. Absolutely loved it. Nonstop good time. Monster madness in the best way possible. Got Spidey over here jumped on the MonsterVerse just in time. Was it fun to get out to sit down at the cinema?
Except for the kids that were next to us that kept talking through the whole fucking movie. But they kept that. It was just mild rumbling. So I would stand up or just tell them to, shut the hell up or whatever like that. But it was just mild rumblings. I'm like, I'm focused on the movie. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I take my kids, and I don't really have that issue with them. They'll like whisper to us every now and then. You know what I mean?
These kids would have been in there. They would have been teenagers, probably in there. Probably
oh,
like
those
40.
aren't kids. Those are just disrespectful fucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So
Pretty
my kids are 6 and 4, and they have better manners than that. And they were like whispering, like, what is she saying? Like, because they were actually engaged enough in the movie that they wanted to know what Gaia was saying when she was signing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's some of the stuff in that movie, like the stuff that they held back from the trailer. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, you're showing too much in the trailers. You're showing too much in the trailer." I'm like, yeah. Once I saw, I'm like, no, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Unlike
that's
Ghostbusters,
just how much stuff is in the movie. They didn't.
Unfortunately, I like Ghostbusters, but Ghostbusters, they show things in the trailer that never made the movie.
That's the worst. That's
I hate
worse
that.
than showing too much.
Yeah.
I mentioned it earlier because I'm not trying to get into spoilers or anything, but when Kong lost his patience with Godzilla and had to throw some hands, that was my moment. Like I literally like came up in my seat, arms went up, like let's go, because I'm King Kong guy all day long. But it was just that whole interaction, that whole scene, and you'll know when you see it, is just fantastic. Like the lead up to it, the scene itself, that was a MonsterVerse moment.
And there was
on a technical version, would you say the graphics? Because sometimes the graphics looked a little off in the trailers.
On a technical version, they're never going to surpass Godzilla versus Kong. Never going to surpass that. Like how realistic Kong looked in that movie, and Godzilla like loses some of like the realistic look to like the hardcore sci-fi-ness of a giant dinosaur with spikes, glowing blue radiation, like he was in that movie. But like Kong, like the ripples in his face, the fight in Tokyo and Godzilla, you can't get more real than real. Like there's only so real you can get. You made it, You're
but
there.
I will add to that where they do explore a lot of unseen or unterritory, or whatever you want to call it, in Hollow Earth. And some of the visual, like, spectacular of just the landscapes that they see, I was like, "What the fuck am I looking at now?" It's like,
dude, I'm not even joking. The
but
opening scene of the movie had me dizzy. Like I was dizzy. Like the way that you fade into the movie, like because like this,
I could see Beck getting a bit of because she
like
gets
I told Kyle like, oh, like I had to look down for a second. I legit got dizzy, and it wasn't nothing crazy. It was just you're at Hollow Earth, like kind of in an Inception moment where like it just caused a little bit of. I felt the motionness from it. I'm like, man, I can't ride roller coasters anymore. I bet.
It's like that ride that just spins you around. I'm done with those.
And it was cool because I've already read the Godzilla X Kong the Hunted, which is the Legendary Comics prequel to this movie. So like you see Skrilla in the trailer, like the big spider-like thing in Rome that Godzilla fights. But knowing why Skrilla was there, knowing that was like that's how it was going to open was really cool because they don't really get into why that fight's happening. Like it doesn't feel out of place at all, but there's a lot of context to that one as well.
I just love I love Godzilla's new sleeping place.
Yes, and that was, and the callback to it as well was even better. What's up, homie? Yeah, show him. Show
Godzilla.
That came off the top of our cup. Will you feed your dog? He's pestering. You need to start asking Finn.
Godzilla.
Yeah, there was no cup, no popcorn tins, no displays. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, we got the cup and the tin, and this was the cup topper.
So yeah, I didn't see that but last week for Ghostbusters they had the ghosts
Yeah, they still got traps at the Regal Theater here.
Ghost trap.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was saying
super hungry.
I was saying at Cinemark we didn't have the ghost traps, but we had translucent plastic Slimer.
Yeah, those are cool
buckets.
too.
We just don't get them like what we used to. Like nearly
Bro.
every superhero movie, you'd have a tin and a drink cup, and even some of the other big movies, you'd always get something. But now they're not getting them over here anymore.
Yeah, it's
You just
probably
don't
too
get hardly
expensive.
anything.
That Gibraltar scene was awesome. That was insane. Everyone went when he did what he did. Now I hope a good bit of people get to go see it this weekend.
It's a cool weekend for it.
Of course, yeah. It's, I think when I looked, it's tracking for like 50 to 55 domestic opening.
Because you figure with this holiday week, it's a holiday weekend. The kids are not in school today.
Mine are. I'm about to be taking mine.
Really?
We're holding Monkey out of school today to take her with us to Finn's school.
Over here, there's no school.
Field day.
There's no school today over here. So in observance of Good Friday and Monday, there's no school. But we're going back. They're going back to school on Tuesday.
Especially over here, they're not like it used to be. I used to be spending more money on merch with the cups and the tins and stuff than I used to get into the movies. Now it's just the tickets and that's it.
Yeah,
I love my popcorn tins and my drink cups. I've got heaps and heaps of them from all the, especially for the MCU movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a 4-day weekend this weekend. We get Good Friday and Easter Monday off.
Mm-hmm. Same here. That's what's happening this weekend, which is really weird here because normally in the New York area we start spring break on Good Friday and we take the whole week off. This time they're doing spring break at the end of April, which I thought was weird. Yeah, I'm with you, Scott. I never had school on Good Friday.
Yeah, this starts their like their first the school terms, like the end of the first term or something like that. So this sort of starts their 2 weeks off for school holidays.
Yeah. And then tomorrow's Batman Day, apparently.
I don't know.
So they're doing there's a lot of spots in New York that's doing like an 85th anniversary issue that I'm going to try to see if I could grab one. So that's happening tomorrow. So it's busy weekend. And of course, go ahead, Rob.
No, go.
No, I was saying, and of course, I got to pick up some Spider-Man.
Yes. I think that this weekend, Spidey's Outback, we might be having to go through some of Spidey's books that arrived.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I don't know.
So Rob, which J. Scott Campbell cover you like the most out of the three? Because I already got my favorite.
I like the the apartment one is great, but I love the second one with MJ foot in the air kissing Peter, just because I love those two together so much. I mean, even though it's basically very similar to the Tyler Kirkham one that he released for issue 1, which was after J. Scott Campbell.
So he did the Tyler Kirkham one. He did it after J. So my question is, just out of thought, because I don't think you might know the answer to this, but did Tyler Curtin knew that J. Scott Campbell was going to do an homage to that series?
I doubt that he knew it was going to be done,
because it feels like J. Scott should have the first say.
Right. Well, but I don't think that's how it works. I mean, obviously, I think that somebody says, "Hey, we want this guy to do we have an artist. He's going to do a thing," and they go, "Okay, go ahead." I don't think that anybody really pays attention too much or thinks about it. That because just like we see, sometimes you'll see runs where there was, during the Venom, for example, last volume of Venom, when that was like the book for alternate covers. Look how many varied times did we have ASM 300 homages during that run? There's like 3 or 4 different books, right? So I don't think that anybody pays attention to that. Obviously, J. Scott Campbell will do what he wants with his stuff, and Yeah, it's cool. I like the idea of him doing it. The reimagines on it. I like his takes on them. They're all cool. And I will try to grab a 3-pack for sure.
Yeah,
so
because they listed the pricings already. So
yeah, which
and a 3-pack's not bad. It's not bad for the price.
especially if you're signed up for his VIP group,
Mhm.
so you can get you're willing to take his marketing, then it's definitely not bad. But even otherwise, it's right where I said I'd expect it to be.
Just so I do have it here. So if you want to pop it up so people
Sure.
can see what it looks like. There they are. So let's see.
So anybody who's watching on your phone, you can barely see it at all. We're sorry,
Yeah, so
but
I'm gonna try to zoom in, see how this is
it's
the
easier
best.
to show the individual books if you can. But
Yeah,
the
see if this doesn't go any higher. I'm a
but toggle, hit the right button to cycle through the pictures, and you'll probably get to the picture of his individual books.
Let's see. Now they're just showing. There we go. Bam. There we go.
So what's the price for the set?
For if you sign up for his VIP group ahead of time, then it's like $88 for the set, unsigned.
Yeah.
Those are historically with the unsigned are the first ones to disappear, because people would go to try to resell them, and the signatures limit your reselling. But that's why I have a lot of signed J. Scott Campbell books, is because sometimes that's like the only options I have left when I go to pick them up, and well, whatever.
You think it'd be the other way around, that people would want the signed ones?
Because it's part of it's the cost, and if you're reselling it, they don't, it increases the risk. If you're reselling it also restricts who your audience is, because not everybody wants it. And then if you're trying to get it slabbed up, and it's always been that ruled out you being able to slab it with CGC, because you didn't want to get a green label, right? And so that turned some people off. So
until now.
Well, we still can't do it at CGC, but you will be able to shortly. Yeah. We just don't know, what the label will be. We don't know what the price will be. We don't know any of that stuff yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there you go. I'm excited. I've been picking up I can't tell you how many damn covers I have of different Ultimate Spider-Man books. It's ridiculous. I've been going out and finding covers that, like, I'm looking at CLZ going, I don't have that cover. I need to find who has this cover. Try to pick up.
I'm just curious, out of the 3, which is the one that's going to have the biggest demand. And I just noticed something that I didn't catch before. In the family one, family sofa one. Notice how Peter is petting a black cat.
Well, and
I love it.
And I love that the picture that they have hanging on the wall is one of the covers.
Tyler Curtin's car. So there was something going on with him and Tyler Curtin.
I don't know, but yeah, it's great. I mean, I like them. They're fun, and I will definitely add them to the collection. I think that I don't know, the apartment one is in both versions that have been done before, Black Cat and Mary Jane, are super popular, and of course the apartment version from Renew Your Vows.
Yeah,
though that has always been an extremely popular book. So it's possible that the A book will be the most popular. I don't, the other two, it's hard to say. Obviously the third book, the one with Peter and MJ, with MJ trying on the top. Yeah. That one is like the one that's the lower production count. I think when we looked at what he says the published count is, the first two are both 3,000, and that one's 2,500. But I mean, 500 copies isn't a huge difference. So
yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how things turn out. I know I'll be waiting at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's funny is like how he sells them. Is like you could buy A and B, you could buy A and C, or you can buy A, B, C. But you can't buy like just B by itself, right? You can't buy C by itself. Not until they get to the point where these things are laying around in the warehouse and they're just trying to sell them, right? And it's
and I doubt that's going to happen with these.
So obviously A will sell out the most because it's in all the packages, right? It's a question on B is probably the one that will be the least sold because it's only in one. It's in the least packages, or well, no, A and C. I guess B and C are both in similar packages, but
so A has 3,000. B and C are both going to be 2,500.
Oh, okay, they're lower. Okay,
yeah, so it's only A that has the higher count.
So it means you must be doing for A B package and AC package. He must be only doing 250 of each of those packages, so that way I guess it doesn't matter because
it would appear that A is going to be the most favorable one, but it's also going to be the one that has the highest print run.
Yeah, it's the highest print run, but it's going to be the one in all the packages. So, anyways, again, it's irrelevant. I'm going to try to get all three. That's what
I'm going to do. I'm going to do my best to get the Ultra. Just get the 3 books at $88 because $88 is awesome price. I signed up. I don't care.
It's not a bad price.
But
it's not awesome, but it's
but in comparison
$60 would be awesome. But
in comparison, you know what I'm saying? In comparison to other books that everybody tries to sell,
it's still $30.
These are books that are nice books that
But it's $30 for the variant, right? So that's a high end. That's a high price for most That's usually what you pay for like
for
a virgin variant exclusive. And these are all trade dress, and you
know what that means, right?
The 4th book will drop later, which will be a 1,500 count. In about 3 weeks later, which will be a virgin variant of one of those.
Yep.
Well, looking from my point of view, $88 is about $140 Australian without shipping. So that's definitely not worth it for 3 modern new release books.
No, these are books just to have, just because you like J. Scott.
Yeah,
these are J. Scott Campbell's fans.
Yeah, I could spend $140 on 3 like bronze or silver age books that I want a lot more.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
No, we get it. The J. Scott Campbell books they're like Clayton Crane books, man. People will buy them just because they are Clayton Crane, or they'll buy, or whatever else. There's people are fans of certain artists, and they will buy them no matter what. And J. Scott Campbell, especially when it comes to his female centric books. Those books will sell ridiculously.
Well, I think it's a bad investment.
Nobody said anything about investing.
It's not an investment in this case.
No, they look cool.
They're just they're books. They're nice to have, especially if you want to put them side by side with the original. Because I have all 3 of the originals from when they came out. So.
Never realized Madonna was a comic book fan until I started watching YouTube channels. Her song "Like a Virgin" was something else, but now it makes total sense.
Oh god! Just like on a quick side note. Just on a quick side note. How big are these boxes, Rob?
Okay, and I think that this could be content for Saturday, but so 1 box is reasonable.
Okay, so just a smallish sort of one. Yep.
The other 2 boxes.
Oh, that's
what are these boxes? What are you talking? What are these?
These are comic books that Mad Spidey has had stuck here in the United States for 2 years now?
So 2 or 3 years. I don't even know what's in them.
He bought
them. Nobody ever does.
He bought them from some auction. They've been sitting for a long time at somebody's house, and I won't say who it was but the individual was.
I'll say who they were. What are their names?
It was obviously, I think, tired of holding them, and so Mad Spidey asked him to forward them to his West Coast distributor, where we will now go through them, and we'll decide which ones he actually wants at this point to have forwarded home. And which ones does he want to just say, hey, give them away or do something else with?
That long box, that's just comics
I haven't opened it. I assume that they're bundled packages of comics that are then stacked in there, probably three wide.
I know. There's. I think there's a couple of books in there for Beck. I think there's a couple of books in there for Simple Simon. That's about all I remember. There may be like a T-shirt or a hat or some stickers or something in there, but yeah, I don't remember the books. Like I pretty much accumulated 4 or 5 short boxes full of comics through the auctions during COVID. Most of them already here, but I still obviously I thought I only had about half a short box left. Obviously, it's a bit more than half a short box.
Speaking of T-shirts and hats, the new Legion of Comics Swamp style brand design logo is uploaded in the Legion of Comics shop. Get yours today.
So, did you design that, or did somebody design that, or?
Oh, no comment.
Okay.
In an effort to not bombard people unwantingly with people reaching out to them, asking them for stuff, I will politely just message you the answer to that at a later time.
That's all
right.
Yeah,
there's definitely help. The design is fantastic. It's really cool.
I'm not. I got an artist friend of mine to do mine, so I'll be sticking with mine as long as I can. I won't be changing or anything. Or adding. I know you won't be changing your original, but you're just adding to.
Yeah, it's cool just to have like different shirt designs or stuff like that. My original one, the only thing that I want to do to my original one, I like my design. I don't know why it's so aesthetically pleasing to me, but I want to just take it and take the red arc in it and the actual Legion of Comics letters and just have them raised up, like still on the white disc, but raised up, if that makes sense. Like the way that
you want a 3D effect.
Yeah, the way that this 3D printed stand actually is, like with the letters and that raised up, I want it raised up, but I don't, dude, for the life of me, have not been able to find how to do that with all the stuff that I have and everything. There's like a long time ago, I did like a contest, like a contest entry kind of thing. And 64 page special is the name of his handle on IG. He did an entry, and I think he used, I don't remember what program he had to use, but it created an actual 3D, like it looked completely 3D, like it looked amazing. Like the white disc even looked 3D with the red and the letters on top of it.
Let me see if I can do that in Word.
You could try.
I know where you could do that. So, Mark, I send you something.
All right, well, just send me the finished product, and finish. Send me it when you're done making it. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Did you send it in the private chat?
Yeah, no, I just put a message in private.
Okay, shoot me your email, Izzy, so I can send you like the highest res copy I have.
Yeah,
that always works better.
So I'd get something with a new logo, but then I'd be promoting DC, so I don't know whether I could do that.
Why would your new logo promote DC?
No, I'm talking about your new logo.
It really doesn't.
It's got Swamp Thing on it.
No, it doesn't.
Well, the new logo.
It has not Swamp Thing. First off, in case DC ever hears this stream, it has specifically not Swamp Thing on it.
It looked like Swamp Thing to me, but that was only because my eyes.
Well, that's because in your heart you are a DC guy. So what it was is the start of the conversation, right? The start of the conversation with like, I would love to have like a T-shirt design logo, like not logo, but a T-shirt design. Like think of the Legion of Doom's headquarters rising out of the swamp and Super Friends. It would rise out of the swamp, and the shape of it. It's almost reminiscent of Darth Vader's helmet. It's dome shape, and it has like the windows that kind of skinnier on the outside that get bigger toward the middle. Like what if instead of the dome, it was like Legion, with the letters were spelled to shape the dome, and of comics was like in like where the windows were coming up out of the swamp. I think that would be a killer design, but I'm not artistic talented at all. And just messing with like swamp designs and styles and ideas. Like I have a lot of designs and stuff that have come out of this process, but that's the one that I put out onto something. ZBrush. I've never gotten past the Y brush. I haven't made it to ZBrush yet.
Are they striped?
3D printed. I need a digital version, Norrin. Yes, there's just striped brushes. That's all. Such a hater, Spidey. I said that in my Simon voice. Such a hater, Spidey. What is going on, Simon? send him. I'll happy to send you a link if anybody wants to jump on and you're not coming on to show your schlong.
Simon from his new place is only like 5 minutes around the corner from Beck now. He can just drive here and just hop on my laptop.
But would he want to?
Probably not.
I mean, maybe he'd drive around the corner and just hop on your lap.
Hey,
He use AI.
Can we see the shirt again, Mark? Roscoe is asking.
Christ on a cracker.
Ooh, there's a 1 in 100 Art Adams Godzilla.
And Art Adams Godzilla would be awesome because he draws monsters awesome.
That's the logo.
Oh yeah, that's not who you think it was.
No, it's definitely not. There's very defining features about the character you think, and this is specifically not that character.
Yeah,
really
nothing,
nothing that resembles that character to see here, people.
This character is the well-known character Swampo.
Swampo,
that's it. Yeah,
I was thinking more like Swamp Editor.
No, it was Swampo. Swampo was the 6th member of the Marx Brothers. It was his half brother, whose mother was from Louisiana. Yeah,
was he in Deliverance?
No.
Okay,
but
now you got me thinking, who is the 5th member?
That's Fucko.
Yeah, I'll say this one was just been really
fun.
Or
was that Sacco? Maybe it was Sacco.
No, Sacco. It can't be Sacco. That's Mick Foley's guy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, son. Yeah, I really love it. I was excited to actually get some because I haven't added new merch to the store in a while. There's a lot of merch up there with like the We Are Legion, the logo, the Fandom Happen Here stuff. But I want to do something that's like just not just straight logo. Just wanted something more themed. Just, I don't know. By the way, if anyone loves Ghost Rider, a great movie that's very much a Ghost Rider movie is Drive Angry with Nicolas Cage. I absolutely love that movie with the auditor that's after him. William Rickner, I think his name, who plays that character. But that was a dope movie, made for 3D, just start to finish. It's wild. It's excessive. Amber Heard is in it, which I think worked out great, but it's violent, action-packed. It was really
She's
cool.
in the movie, so it worked out great.
I think it still
That's a
worked
good
out
way of
great.
putting it.
You forgot to put the word "not" in front of that, Roscoe. That was not Swamp Thing.
He said Swamp Thing.
He said Swamp Thing.
Oh, Swamp Thing. Yeah.
Except I think it's
Drive Angry is
it's Swamp with an O, so it's SWOMP.
It's
THAN.
Swamp Thing.
I don't know if he's
that logo passed the improvement process, so it is clearly not Swamp Thing.
AR mentioning the AI stuff. I said out of curiosity, did you see, Mark, that StreamYard now has, when you're creating a live stream, at least you go to create it, it's just for thumbnail where you could upload, it now have AI generate. I hit it out of curiosity just the other day when I was uploading a Only Slabs thing, and without any information, all it did was do the text of the title of the show. I'm like,
did it spell it correctly?
Yeah, it did. But I mean, it's like, wow, that's
impressive for AI.
Wow, you took my title of the show and put it on a card. I never would have thought of that. That's ingenious.
Yeah. Well, in all sincerity, like one thing that because like again, I don't make content aiming to maximize views over maximize what I want to do. Just my pleasure is how I make content. But you're supposed to in air quotes, if your goal is to maximize views, the name of your video is supposed to be different than what's on your title card. It's supposed to just be some kind of phishing title card. Like, you did what? And then, like, then
I get that, but not for my live streams.
Yeah, dude, I completely agree. But
speaking of thumbnails,
that's the thing.
Mark, I love the Canadian thumbnail. At
first,
I didn't realize that was you.
Yeah, so I just did so I went and got a Canadian Mountie and I saved it. I went and got a random picture of myself and I saved it. And then I eliminated the background of the Canadian Mountie. and then I did a face swap with me and the Mountie. And when it combined me and the Mountie, it took one of my eyeballs and sent it over here. I'm like, I'm keeping that. I'm so keeping that. And then I went and got a really cool looking rustic Canadian flag background to slap it up there to give it some grit because that
edge of
had
it
a
all,
little
right?
grit. Yeah, it was fun.
Scientists successfully paired this AI with the work ethic of a 17-year-old stoner.
Hey, I'm heading out to take the kids to
Word
field
prompts.
day and stuff. You tell Rob bye.
Au revoir.
I can't see you. There you go.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have fun.
Tell them where you're
Bye.
going. Tell them where you're going. To the field.
Wow. Well, go have fun doing some field work.
Yeah. Finn's going to be doing the field work. We're going to be spectators. Possibly see you on a little bit here.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, the what seems impressive would be simple for AI soon to start making live action movies, word prompts. Who knows what's next? Next stage, I think it's pretty simple. We got they're making those humanoid robots, right? So now wait till you have the movie studios can have a entirely AI generated script acted by robots.
Yeah, I noticed in the pre-record when you do your pre-recorded videos, it comes up with a little. Is there any AI
I saw that.
generated stuff as well? And
That's
YouTube will do. Yeah, YouTube started just saying that they're gonna ask. They'll start asking people, especially if it's fake stuff or
Is this a true representation of the person on the video?
Yeah, basically, because there's so much. It's getting to the point where like now it's funny because I see a lot of. It's amazing to me how much AI generated stuff is going on in ads. Because like when I'm scrolling through Instagram, I'll see a bunch of ads for stuff, and you'll use celebrities. And if you watch them, you can carefully, you'll realize what's being said is not what's being said. The words are not synced up with their mouths, at all, right? And so it's like complete AI bullshit that's being generated to try to sell some product. And it's just a matter of like, my God, I mean, it's like it's going to get so difficult to get for the if you think about, especially I'm worried about America, where we already have a problem with people accepting news right now, and they're willing to accept fanatical or fantastical ideas simply because their politician of choice has said it, regardless if it makes sense or anything else. Let alone we start introducing deep fake videos or even just your average Joe Blow having the ability to crank out, semi-convincing fake videos and stuff. It's just going to get ridiculous on what you can trust and what you can't trust.
The one thing I hate about AI is there's things I like about AI and there's things I hate about AI. I hate AI taking the place of creativity. That I hate. I do like AI in the sense of productivity. So doing the things that I don't want to do. You get what I'm saying?
Or can't do. That's the more important one, actually. It's like,
well, I could do it, but it'll take me a couple of days to do it.
There are certain things like
you can't draw.
No, who said I can't draw, Simon?
I know you can draw.
I'm using it more of like not from that aspect. But I mean, there's stuff that we have, from a business sense that we utilize for it. It has where we're trying to sort through so much data, like for example, we can utilize it in the business world where I'm at. If you have a call center, right? You might have millions and millions of phone calls that come in. You're recording all this data and all these calls. Being able to utilize AI to be able to go through that call data and identify based on certain things to group calls into different categories based on things that are said, being able to identify inflections in people's voices, whether or not a customer's upset or not, and be able to bring that to the forefront so that way certain calls can be reviewed or types of things that you can do. That's really data that the only way to do it by human would be to have somebody having to listen on every single call, and is just impossible, really, because of the time it takes to do that versus machine learning or some of the stuff where they find patterns and stuff that
And that's
like
what I mean.
the ability to
Productivity.
read some of these scripts. Look at or scrolls, right? You see, like they said they're taking these scrolls that were found in the ruins of Vesuvius or Pompeii, and that being able to scan it and then have the AI being able to determine based on these scans of these rolled up charged scrolls, being able to ascertain and read what's on these scrolls. I mean,
No.
that's crazy, but
that's where it's benefited. I think the problem is the creativity side. We talked about that Spawn artist, though he said he didn't submit it. He somehow won, and that's where I think it's problem where it's being utilized for someone's creative aspects. It's terrible. But AI is good in the sense of, like you said, being able to get information that will take days to get and let the machine do the work while you work on something else. And then you still have to vet it out though afterwards, because you got to make sure the AI actually got it right. But at least it's a fraction of the time.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that part of things with AI. I'm not cool with AI manipulating art.
Or the idea of taking AI and they upload it to a robot body and said, "Hey, let's find out what happens. What could go wrong?"
Yeah.
For the individual backstage who's waiting to get let in, you need to turn on your camera at least for a moment before we'll let you on.
Unless you're me.
No, I know. The other person who comes on with the person who
that
comes
was
on
the fastest trip ever.
Bro, I got my flops on. I got my hoodie on because it's cold.
I dropped. Somebody comes on with a name. Their name was just written as "huh" and HUH, and it's like, I don't know you.
But you know how it goes when people are ready to go.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been there. And then they tell me, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm literally at the door. You guys.
I told you we were going to leave at this time. Why aren't we? Which was already 10 minutes before the time we were going to leave. So why aren't you still ready? Well, because I knew that you weren't going to be there. Because you always tell me 10 minutes ahead of time. Great. So now I got to start telling you 20 minutes ahead of time. Fuck.
Hey,
right,
Simon.
Madam?
Hey, madam.
Hey.
What's up?
So, well, I slept in a little bit today.
Did AI take over your sleep?
What did you sleep in?
That's personal information.
Oh, I didn't ask who. Jeez.
You asked what?
A tauntaun.
Well,
Would you sleep in a human carcass? Oh, wait a second. I meant
it was a
blanket.
A human skin suit. I am from Wisconsin. There's a lot of snow here.
Oh, man.
All right, I'll see you guys after a while. Hey, Jay, what's up, homie?
And like that, he's gone.
Poof.
They asked, who is that? Who is that masked man? There you go. Yeah, it's going to be a whole new world before we know it.
I am enjoying the. I'm pretty sure it's AI generated though. It's like you're seeing like movie clips or film clips or music clips and all that sort of stuff, but everything's been dubbed over with Arnie doing the voice.
Oh yeah.
I am enjoying those.
The voice dubbing programs are insane. Some of these voice dubbing programs are crazy.
Yeah.
That
again goes back to the problem of what are you going to trust?
Yeah, how will that affect the court systems?
Well, also that. So how do you trust in an era where, at least where journalistic practices have been eroded. So the concept in the days of yore, because I was a journalism minor, right? The concept
Did you
of
say in the days of yore just now?
yes, I
Okay.
did.
Just making sure.
Yeah,
I thought that too, madam.
it was for something to be published by a trustworthy news agency. It had to be vetted, and the story had to be vetted. You had to corroborate it with at least 2 different sources.
Mhm.
Right? That was a certain standard. That
Yeah.
standard has gone by the wayside, and it's seldom even. Now it's just one single source, and
Yeah,
that single source.
it's whatever you're thinking in your head.
And,
It just
and
comes out.
sometimes that single source is just simply, oh well, somebody else reported it, so we're going to repeat it and say so and so reported on Twitter or something. And they could have just made something up, and all of a sudden now you're repeating it and saying, well, it's okay because I'm really reporting it as news. I'm saying that this person said it.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
But you're repeating it as if it's news and stuff, right? So the concept of journalistic integrity has degraded, and as we go into a world now where fakes become more and more prevalent and easier to generate without having that that dual source collaboration or anything else, it's going to be really, really scary. Either that, or it's going to be a great opportunity for journalism to make a comeback, for journalists that are going to adhere to those standards, and to be able to come back and have a place where we are to trust it because we do follow this type of stuff. But
they can have some credibility then with the public,
If you told the story in down by the middle, like the real objective story, it's boring, and that's why we're losing journalism at its purest form.
Well, that happens because
action movie. They need to hype up everything in the news.
Sensationalism.
That's become a problem. That's a problem by the fault of. There's two different things that have really eroded journalism since the 80s. One, first and foremost, was the first nail in the coffin was deregulation of the medias that allowed for previously, within a region, a single person could only own one TV station, one newspaper, and one radio station. They could not own multiples. Now that's gone. During deregulation of the 80s, and you have a single body or entity can own multiple stations and newspapers and whatnot, and it reduced the number of points of view and voices that were being told to a community. So now a community might have, for example, in the Bay Area here, at one point we might have still had 12 newspapers available in the Bay Area, but they were all owned by one person. Or by one news group. So that really meant there was only one point of view being disseminated, regardless of whether or not you thought you had options, but you really didn't. So that homogenizing the data source of what's coming out was one thing that led to it. But then, of course, the accelerant, the gasoline on the fire, if you will, was, of course, the rise of internet advertising in the late 90s, 90s, from the 90s on, where just the increase of it, the growth of the internet, and being that the internet was many things in America became an advertising. First thing was like, let's make the service free and we'll sponsor it by advertising instead of charging you for the internet and you being an ad-free place, because it was an based place, and because these people had data about who was consuming their different stuff, it became really desirable to advertisers where they could get their ads out to specific and targeted audiences versus a newspaper or something was just blanket out there. So you had a shift in advertising revenue that went online and left traditional media. That caused the news medias that exist today, the old ones, to continue to fall by, because that was their source of income, was ads, further consolidating, further shutting down, further reducing the different varied voices there and causing them to turn into more tabloid-esque news stories in order to get people to get the clicks, get the attention, look at me, so that way they could try to garner that stuff. So yeah, it's been a massive downward spiral.
I'm with Brian. I'll stick to the Daily Planet and the Bugle.
Yeah, but the Bugle just doesn't have enough pictures of Spider-Man, and the Daily Planet, let's be honest, is nothing more than a puff piece for Superman.
I have a question. I see that
Simon, they're asking, did you really join?
I'm really here, but Sarah's asleep, so I'm trying not to be loud.
There you go.
But she's I'm at the new place, so before I go, I'll show you my new setup.
Cool. I was going to say, Brian's in the chat. I bought a mystery box from Brian so he could go to HeroesCon or help fund his HeroCon trip. So I can vicariously live through him. Anyway, I got some books and I videotaped myself opening up this package, right? And then at the last minute, like right when I want to show up the slab, like it's like, oh, storage full. So,
Oh.
So can I show off a couple of the comics here? Because I figured you guys like comics, right?
Sometimes.
So everybody here does except for Simon. Simon and Simon hate comics. That's why they live in
I love that
Australia.
cover.
Oh, nice.
I got this Catwoman. This is pretty nice.
That is nice.
Now, if you guys know anything about these comics, please help me.
It's the first
That one
issue,
has
isn't
I
it?
also have that comic.
Yeah.
This is the one I saw, and I thought this was
That's
so cool.
nice.
That's cool.
This is the best rendition of Hulk I think I've ever seen.
Look at those veins, man.
It's so just translucent and
No, it needs more veins.
ephemeral. Beautiful.
Like cowbell, you always need more veins.
You always need more veins.
Mad Spidey likes it.
Oh,
veiny.
that's the classic right there.
Is it?
No, it's just
You know
just
who that
Berserker.
is, madam?
That's Keanu.
That's right. The one and only.
What? How did Keanu get on a comic cover?
He bought it.
Look at his name on the
You
top.
see his name's on it. His name's on it.
He
I know his name's on it.
It's his creation.
It is?
Yes.
Really cool. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
See, okay, this one, I wasn't sure who this guy is. I thought
John
this is-
Boy
Venom.
Myers.
It's Agent Venom.
It's Agent
it's-
Venom. But it's not Eddie Brock. It's Flash Thompson. Is that Flash Thompson Venom?
That's Flash Thompson.
Yeah. So Agent Venom.
So this is Agent Venom.
Yes.
Okay, and this over here is just
I think that's Carnage, but I'm not sure.
Carnage. Okay.
Or Toxin or whatever kind of.
Looked a bit like Toxin.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's Storm.
Nice. That's nice.
It's a
That
nice
really is nice.
It's nice blue water one, and there's this one.
Oh, Mega Man. That's really cool.
It says this is the first one. Right. Let me see.
That is a really cool Mega Man.
Mega Man Fully Charged #1. It is a pretty cool cover, actually. Now that I
Looks
see
like
it.
it's Inyok Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I've got that comic, but it says Whack Comics written across the cover.
And then I got this Lock and Key.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, signed
and
Lock and
it's
Key.
It's signed.
Do we
got
know
a-
who it's signed by?
Yes, we do, thanks to this little tag on the back. J Photos at LA Comic Con. J Photos. Anyway, I like the art. I like the perspective. It's really cool.
Mm.
And then I got a slam.
I enjoyed the show. The show was really good.
I saw like the first season and then I was like, fell off. He sent you an ASM. Look at that.
Yeah, for someone who loves to collect Spidey, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, he really wants to go Heroes.
He does.
Yeah, I got a box from Brian as well, so I already opened it, but the video is coming up in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Look at you and your multi-week planning.
2 weeks. That's
No, look at that.
No one's gonna care. It's not like it was like yesterday. It's like, oh, look what I picked up yesterday. It's like it's not what the timing is high because
But now
this
that you've
week's
spoken about it,
this
it's a
week's
hot
video,
topic.
this
You wanna see
week's
it now.
video is better. I'm nothing against Brian,
It's
but
better?
this week's video,
Wow.
yes. The books
Hear
that
that,
I
Brian?
got from
Your box sucks.
Sorry,
is what
Brian.
Izzy said.
I'm
Izzy
just
just said
saying,
it.
You got to want to see the video from that's coming up this week. That's
but Brian's texting. Hold on. Brian sent me a message. He says he doesn't care. He got your money. So there you go.
Brian's box is good. There is something in Brian's box that I'm really happy I got. So yes, I have to plan ahead because I don't have a lot of time.
No,
it's not so much.
I get it. I have stuff that I plan out. Oftentimes, I know what's coming up weeks in advance as well. Sometimes it's recorded in the hopper. Sometimes it's just on the roadmap. But and then the problem with that is if I get too far ahead of myself, then something comes in where I want it to be more timely or quicker, and then I have to throw off my whole schedule.
Yeah.
Like at one point, I had a video that's been that I had recorded in the hopper that I kept pushing until finally I just said forget it, and it became like a members only video, and I never released it. It was just like it's so.
I have a few videos like that are just sitting there waiting. Like I have a friend of mine who he gave me a box to open. It was a mystery box, so he's like, "Hey, can you do this video for me?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll do the video for him." And to be honest, I was thinking about Digger Jim afterwards. I opened the box and it's like, you know what I mean? It's like,
what's this shit?
Yeah. So I never posted the video. So I'm at the point that I'm going to have to do the video again. So it could come across as an epic fail video.
Well, and I've had mystery boxes where I just never posted them. I was like, I reached out to the person. I reached out to the person and said, "Hey,
Rob, I know, and you know what I'm talking about, right?" But in all seriousness, I love doing them. Now, here's a question I have: when doing the unboxing videos, this is what I'm learning. Do you record yours chronologically, right? So you open the box, and then you just go with the flow with the video, right? You don't so. What I'm starting to learn is it might make sense to open the box and then open the video to prepare for what's to come.
Yeah, I like to have the genuine reaction.
No, you still get the genuine reaction. It's the opening, the start of the video, the intro. So
you're pre-scoring the box.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The way that you're talking about your intro bit, where sometimes people show a piece of something from within the video as they're
going, holy shit.
Or even to the point that's like, I opened this phenomenal box of amazing gems.
Recording
you gotta see this.
Recording your intro after the fact. I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's people there's nothing wrong with that. I happen to have my format that I've been doing because I went to school and I learned how to edit video. But the problem is I didn't learn how to do it digitally. And I've refused. And not that that's a big deal. Yeah, yes. I went to school, when I went to school film, when I was studying radio, television, and film, it was all still analog. Digital was just coming into the realm. But and that doesn't mean I can't do it, because obviously it's just easier digitally than it was then.
Yeah, of course.
But I've just never bothered to learn any of the video editing software, or had desired to go spend the money on it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, every once in a while, there's some functionality I wish that I could do, that I'm not able to do in my free Windows included basic cut and paste and give me a couple different wipes functionality. But you know what? It has worked for me. Yeah, exactly. Two VHS decks and an editor. Yes.
It doesn't need to be so, edit heavy. It just needs to get the message across.
Right. No, I totally get it. So my point in that was like, I do it just kind of like stream of consciousness. I kind of go chronological, and I do that. Hey, this is what I got. We're going to take a look. And then I hold that pose for a moment, so that way I can get a screen grab later for my thumbnail, and then go into, hey, all right, so we did, now it's just gotten to the point where at least I, for the most part, will cut away while I open up the boxes after I've watched some of my horrific long ramblings of me trying to cut through layers and layers of bubble
Even
wrap
though
and
sometimes
tape.
that's fun to watch.
It
That's
is.
why he's famous for those.
But it's good.
That's me in a nutshell.
Sometimes you can do that, but sometimes
Where you just take it up like.
there are certain companies,
I do it all off the cuff.
there are some though that I've learned from certain people that or companies that there's just no way this is going to be a slog to get through it, and it's like CBCS.
Love that word.
If they send me bunch of books, we're going to cut and wipe because CBCS is using packing tape and bubble wrap up the walls.
Peanuts.
And, a big box from Unknown Comics. There's packing peanuts. A small box from Unknown Comics. They're tightly taped plastic bags and Tyvek that you end up slicing through poly bags, and it's a miracle you don't slice through the books. There's just all that fun stuff. But Alan, first of all, good morning. Your sexy boy toy, and I'm super excited to hear that you're on board for your HBK dance for Comics Green Cancer, and that you've joined me in your fight against tape inside of Geminis.
So tape inside Geminis is sacrilegious. It shouldn't happen. And if there was only a video out there that would show people how to properly package comics and send them out.
I know what you're talking about. It's very difficult. It's very difficult at times, especially when, sometimes you want to put stickers there, but you want to emphasize one sticker. So I wish there was a video out there that would show me how to use the stickers in a way that will help promote my brand, but at the same time, also, instead of using standard packing tape,
minimize the difficulty of getting into the book. So that way, when somebody unboxes your box, it's simply, wow, look how quick we're into the books. I don't have to do a cutaway wipe as somebody struggled with the box for 15 minutes.
The only place packing tape deserves to be in any kind of packaging with comic books is outside the Gemini or on the actual packaging if you tried to fill it a little too full. So that's it.
What we do need, though, is
if it's extra security going international.
So what we do need is how to package properly a slab. How do you package properly a slab? Especially when you have bubble wrap that on the side of the bubble wrap, it exposes the slab.
That's because you go over the long ways twice, and then you go around.
Or and I think I've recorded this but never released it, or you get slab shippers and you frickin'
slab ship. If you're gonna ship a lot of slabs.
Slip a lot of shit.
Sometimes I do slip a lot of shabs.
Sounds pricey, Rob.
Slogging.
So earlier today, I was explaining that I got a mystery. Madame got a mystery box from Brian, and I said I'm not going to put that video this coming week because I have a better video. And what people didn't know is that the video that I have coming is from Comic Viking. So, Comic Viking, we're not sharing what it is, but would you say it's a pretty good video? Will it be a pretty good video?
I haven't seen the video, but I know what's in the box, so yeah.
Yeah. So I know what was in the box.
It's better that you shipped your pants rather than you slipped your pants.
Yes.
Or shipped your pants. Yeah.
I actually utilized that slab shipper that I got from Rob from last C3 for when I was doing that big sale. That thing that was just awesome.
I have a stack. So there's like two different ones that they make now. Well, actually, I should take that back. There's more than two. They have let's go back to that. So they have the one that goes in they have the one that I've used the most, which holds up to 3 slabs, and that goes in the 1095 box, the Priority Mail 1095 box. That one I like the most because it has a little bit thicker foam and everything else. But they make a one that can ship up to 4 slabs in a medium flat rate box, which if you're shipping 4 slabs, being able to ship it for like $16, that's freaking insane.
Less
4
than
slabs.
15 if you use the right.
Well, I say 16 just to kind of round it, right? Because if you go commercial, it's 18, so whatever.
Mhm.
But and then they make one for shipping a slab in a legal flat rate envelope. But I looked at the video on how to do it, and it requires a lot of effort to try to
legal flat rate. Like there's barely enough space for the slab. How are you gonna?
So
Wow.
first of all, it requires some manipulation that he does with like the freaking envelope, and like I watched the video, and there's a lot of taping involved and a lot of other stuff, and I'm like, all right, forget this. I ain't going through this to try to save an extra $4. I will ship it.
That's not the Rob I know.
Not the Rob I know.
So
The Rob I know will save an extra 4 cents.
Not true.
Oh, it's very true.
If that's why am I when I go to Heroes? How do I travel? Come on, you know me.
First class.
That's right. That's not saving 4 cents. I could fly myself and somebody else out to Heroes Con for the price.
Look at those beautiful clear skies.
Yes.
You can move down here to Georgia.
It's Georgia.
Yeah,
baby.
no. Sorry.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it when it's like 70 degrees and it's colder everywhere.
It'll dry. It's not that
like
wet.
what's the temperature? Like upper 40s right now, lower 50s, but yet it's still.
Well, yeah.
Wait, what?
That's because you have no feeling in your toes, I bet.
I don't feel it in my toes. It's just a different kind of, like, people say it's a different kind of heat, a different kind of cold. Like down here, it's just heat. So like 40, it's a 40-degree heat right now. That's what we got.
Mark is like, aside from the humidity, Mark is basically like I am here in California, where I'm at in California, where it's winter gear is shorts, flip-flops, and a hoodie.
And that makes sense. Cold here. It's crazy.
It's not cold. I mean, some people think it's cold, but I think that they just need some more iron in their diet.
Correct.
So the man who eat meat
Where am I?
Guy doesn't eat meat, yeah.
I'm in Augusta with same place as Mark.
Oh, okay.
Alan moved down here to be with me sooner than the rest. Becker, it's on his bucket list. Rob is thinking it's not on Rob's no list. It's like we got to get my wife retired and see from their list. But me and Alan aren't just spiritually together anymore. We're physically together.
You have better pockets than I do. I'm gonna.
Yeah, just put it right here.
There's barbecue grits in the microwave.
I don't want her to see it.
Barbecue grit, no, deep fried grits.
Justin,
No
are you
grits at
planning
all.
another dance this weekend? Because
What?
I see a nice little haircut going on.
Oh yeah. Also, I didn't
Living their best
sort of
life.
brush it this morning. Yeah, I got one last Friday, and then jumped on the stream immediately after. It's taken a week for someone to notice. Thanks.
I have this thing called life that I do sometimes.
Or
I mean,
hear me out.
So,
Hear me
so
out
you
on
want
this
me to
one.
stalk you? That's what you're telling me.
Yes.
Hear me
Okay.
out on this one, JB. We're just not that into you.
Oh, I'm into you.
Okay.
because
Well, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later.
I just
That's
saw
it.
the Ringo.
Not
It's
that we
time to
don't like
nominate.
you, but you know.
It's time to nominate your favorite Ringo Award participant. I think I know someone that could potentially win a Ringo this year.
Stan Sakai.
Multiple times. Over. I might not go to Baltimore this year though.
So, what letter and number is our sponsor today, and why is it C and 3?
Okay, let's try to do this. Let's try to do this without refreshing the browser.
That's it. Comes up every 2 seconds.
I caught it. Quickly.
The number.
I do want to remind people periodically through the stream that this Tuesday live at 1:30 p.m. instead of New DC Day, I'll be hosting New Ghost Machine Day live with special guests Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, Jason Fabach, and Brian Hitch. One day before the release of the new Ghost Machine line. Make sure to be there. It's going to be a great discussion. And of course, as always, giveaways.
Scotty has a great suggestion, Rob. C3PO. If you could just have at Comic Cons, C3PO handing out,
Well,
C3PO.
Comics Curing Cancer is C3, and sometimes we issue POs.
Hashtag Goblin
Giveaway Goblin.
Yeah, that's my show.
Is that the new one? Is it? It's no prize lizards anymore. It's giveaway goblins.
Yeah, it's giveaway goblin. Whenever you say giveaway, people just show up on the streams.
I like prize lizards.
Prize lizards is good.
Well, I do notice there are times where I'll notice, like during only slabs, where it does tick up like somebody puts out the bat symbol or something
halfway and then right
or else they go everyone starts telling their spouses to log on, or they log on other computers on different accounts or something. It's like, whatever, I don't care.
It's like, who's that again?
It's, you know what? It's just more watch minutes.
You see, for me, I am a one login person. I only use one login.
I have
them all.
Well, technically I have 3, because, well, not counting works profile, but I mean, because I had my personal account, and then when I created the Fat Stacks, it's linked to my main profile, but it's a branded profile. Yes. So the 2 of them exist under the same account, but they act as sub accounts and different profiles for watching different stuff. And then I could have my barbecue account, which is helpful because I'll use it sometimes to just that's what the account I'll usually go use to grab the thumbnails from my, like, when my videos go live, and I make my stories on when Mondays and Thursdays for Instagram, is I can go there and I can because I can grab the screen grab from a different account easily, versus if I'm trying to do it on my phone, doing it from my own account, it's harder to get the full size screen grab and stuff.
Yeah.
But
can I show you guys something really cool I saw yesterday?
I don't know. Can you?
Can you just make me big?
I don't know. Can I?
Okay, this is for all the gentlemen, and I know I know your wife is over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a lip gloss, right? So I went and I bought a lip gloss.
If you say so.
I needed a lip gloss, right? So I open it up.
Whoa!
Can you believe it? It's lit, and it has a beer on it. Yourself.
That's almost like if there's a scenario where it's the middle of the night and you find yourself on the street corner or something and it's dark and you need to apply a lip gloss because for whatever reason the lip gloss you were previously wearing got rubbed off. You can now apply lip gloss.
So JB, are you paying attention to this?
No, I missed everything.
Can you do it again for JB? JB, this is something that's going to help him.
JB, come on. Okay. This is the future.
That's pretty cool.
Apparently, lighting is something new that people hadn't yet discovered in Arizona, that you can use lighting for things.
Not in our lip gloss. We didn't know this.
Thank you for sharing the lip gloss.
Aren't you a little jelly now that you're not a girl, that you can't, whip that out of your pocket?
I could still whip it out of my pocket. It just won't be for me.
Gross.
This is a family channel. You can't be whipping anything.
Gotta go find Finn.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I.
I do live with 3 other women in my household.
You should tell them.
One of them I'm married to. And she likes lip gloss, so I will share that information with her.
She will appreciate.
I'll share it with the Comic Viking. I'll let him know.
and JB's already online trying to look for his own.
I've already ordered 3.
There you go.
He's all Stan's the guy. Watch out. JB's getting this year.
There are other ways to win awards.
Don't my mouth look pretty?
You gotta vote for me, don't you? You're gonna vote for me, aren't you?
How much does a stamp cost now?
How much a stamp costs?
Yeah,
forever.
I have got invitations to mail, and I don't know how much it's going to cost. So I'm just trying to get it.
I'll Google it. What is it?
I would say get a roll of 10.
How much is
No, I'm just gonna take it and make them put the stamp
class
on. I'm not
stamp?
buying it and doing it. I wrote it out. That's enough work for me.
You did the writing? You write?
I've
You write
done
on
my
the
part.
invitations?
I'm gonna step
Hey,
out, guys.
According to the post office, a standard size
Good night,
rectangular
everyone.
envelope stamp,
Hey,
first
Simon.
class stamp, is currently 68 cents.
Still
What
the same.
the hell?
Still the same shelves though.
Go to the
Yeah,
post office.
it's been going up every like 8 months. It seems like that's why I was
He
really
uses them except some
That's
guys
because
now.
you have people
like
in the
$5
comic
at this
industry that like to take United States Postal Service mailers and use them as protection inside of United States postal mailers and so on and so forth. And they
A
waste
box within the box.
yes, and they waste
and
stuff.
people who use ship media mail or no media. Just
I hate media mail.
I was very happy the other day when I had going through drawers and stuff, and I found an entire roll of 100 Forever stamps that I bought like a couple years ago, and I forgot about. So it was like, oh great, I've got like I probably paid like 40 cents a stamp for these things, and
They'll last you forever.
Rob, you should consider a time capsule at this point. Put them there.
Heck with that, I should start selling them online, right? I could tell, I could go to our friend here, Comic Viking, and say, hey, forget those 68 cents. I'll sell them to you for 60 cents a pop, save you 8 cents, and I just made a 30% profit.
And how many stamps are there?
You got to send them to
I've
you.
used some of them, so it's probably about 75.
You got to pay the shipping cost.
Yeah.
You got stamps to ship.
You know what? I'll tell you, I bought them like that. I know I bought a whole roll of them because at one time I ship out certificates and stuff because I work for this. I'm part of a member of the Sons of the American Revolution, and I do the Eagle Scout recognition program. So when kids earn their Eagle, they reach out to us and we'll send them a certificate of recognition and a letter and a packet on how to apply for our scholarship. And that used to take like 5 or 6 stamps or something like that to send out sometimes. And so I had all these stamps, and then I got tired of doing it. And once I got Pirate Ship in the label maker, I just now print out the postage on it because they're larger envelopes. And it's usually a couple bucks anyways. And then I can itemize my receipt at the end of the year and give it for reimbursement easily because I ship them out with a different return address. But so now I got all these damn stamps, which I guess they come handy at I don't know when, intermittently, because at Christmas time I don't use the regular stamps. Like Christmas time, we always go get whatever the new, you always put Christmas stamps on your Christmas cards, right?
You still send Christmas cards?
I do, including I tried sending one to Mark this past year, but it came back because yes, because we've talked about. So I sent it to Mark, and and it just came back recently. By the way, last month. It got returned.
It took how long for it to come back?
I sent it out I sent it out on December 10th, and it took 3 full months or 4 months, 3 or 4 months for it to come back to me. And we confirmed that the address that I shipped to is 100% correct. But they basically took, instead of Mark, they put Mary, which was his mom, who had moved, and put her new address to forward it to her new address, but the forwarding had expired. So even though they put the forwarding label and everything on it, they then returned it to me. Even though it wasn't addressed to her, it was addressed to Mark, who currently lives there. So yeah, it came back. There you are. So I'm going to hand deliver Mark his Christmas card at Heroes Con.
Just change the 3 to a 4, and then you'll be right.
Yeah. Anyway,
but leave it.
That was the other alternative. The other alternative was I could give it to him again next year.
Just cross off the 3 and just put the 4 next to it.
Stick this into another envelope and send it for next year. But no, I'm going to I think I'll hand deliver it.
Izzy, what are you drinking?
This is Minute Maid Zero sugar.
Can you hold it up?
Well, it's almost finished.
Oh, because it looked like, I don't know, like some whiskey or something. I was like, what are you drinking?
Not that early.
Whiskey in the morning.
No, it's
happy,
no whiskey.
it's happy hour
That's right.
somewhere in the
Mark's
world.
going to get that. I'm going to hand it to him. He's going to put it under Rob Mail Collection, and he won't open it for 2 more years.
His stack of mail is quite redonkulous.
I know. Him and Dr. Von Hoot.
Oh man, I gotta send something to DVH, man. I'm dreading how much it's gonna cost me. That's why I haven't sent it yet.
What's
Pirate
that?
ship. Do it.
I
do
gotta
it on
send
pirate
something
ship.
to DVH.
Oh,
But I'm dreading setting it.
so
you can get away with about $30 to $40.
No, it depends on the size.
Depending on the size.
Is it just comic books?
It's comics with stuff. Yeah, it's comics and stuff.
Comics and stuff. Okay, so
yeah, but it's the stuff is small in
well,
comparison.
So if you're talking about something that you can put like in like a folio box size,
yeah,
and you ship that, you can ship that for about $25 to $40 via the mail. If you're going to ship anything bigger than that, you start getting into larger size boxes. You're probably going to have to go USPS or UPS instead to get the cheaper rate, and then you're just going to start talking about $70 and up.
Let me know when you're sending something to DVH, Robert.
Yeah, but then you're going to spend money to get it to me.
Save up your new layaway plan.
Get the layaway. Yeah. Do they have a pay of 4 options?
I like the way that you're going to send it. You're going to send it west so it can get sent back east.
You say that, but
unless it goes west around.
When I ship packages to Mad Spidey, quite frequently when we watch the tracking, it goes from San Jose to Kentucky before it goes
I remember
to Australia.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's been more than once that it's done that.
Yeah, I've definitely seen you said that.
That's ridiculous.
But the good thing about you is, like Rob, you're in 2 major international ports. So it doesn't. I've worked it out because I've been buying stuff from the US for like 25, 30 years. The more states it goes through, it basically adds about $5 to $10 per state. The more it goes through. So if you're in an international port, that it'll just go straight out. You're not actually paying as much as if you were like in the middle of the country, sort of thing.
Yeah, we call things. They call them zones, postal zones. And so it's like, especially like for us, even us here in the US, like, and this is where it sucks for me living on the West Coast. If I'm shipping stuff to the East Coast, unless I'm shipping at flat rate, which is what I do most of the time. But unless I'm shipping at that, if I ship a regular package, it goes by postal zones. And since 80% of the population is on the other side of the damn country, I end up paying maximum postage to get parcels across the country. Whereas if I was actually to send a package to Madam, it would be fractional of the cost of me sending the same size package to Izzy, because she's only 1 postal zone away from me versus 5 postal zones away.
Rob, I can't wait for you to send me something. Since it's so cheap, you should really send me something.
I'll send you some lip balm.
He's going to send you
Only
those
the
stamps.
lights up.
He's going to send you those stamps so you could send them to Alan.
Rob, for C3 this year, I've almost finished my portrait sketches from last year.
Nice.
Yes. But I just want to say for C3 this year, I'll be donating more sketches again. Like sketches.
Okay. It's always good. It's always good to get them done before the next one.
I know it's a good marker. Okay, so this is just a demonstration on one of the sketches I've done. Okay.
Good for this year. Oh, look at that guy.
Who is that?
That is in.
He looks like he uses that lip balm.
An older, wiser Rob.
An older, wiser Rob.
Wait. Can you hold it up one more time?
Wait. I just realized something. Is that
looks like a Rob who does not pay for first class.
that looks like angry. A communist.
That's Lenin Rob.
That's Lenin Rob. That's what
That's
I was thinking.
Putin's
It was
right
Lenin.
hand man.
No, I think she got that still from the Only Slabs Tyler
Oh my
episode.
goodness.
You can see,
We
the
found out.
veins down the middle
Rob's
of
a
his head.
commie.
I'm just right here.
That's by the way, it's actually really good.
What size is that?
Thank you. This is just on an 8x10.
That's an 8x10.
It looks bigger than an 8x10.
It looks bigger, yeah, from the angle.
Looks more like 11x14.
Oh yeah, it's like a standard size paper.
It looks more like a 9x12 actually. Oh,
Hey, look at that!
was that the AI generated version?
This was the original.
He has the original for sure.
The other one was AI generated.
This is my stack of community art.
Rob, I just want to tell you that my feelings are not hurt. That is not in a frame hanging up in your house.
No, well, I have so much community art that's come my way over the time that I keep it all, but I keep it all right near me.
But you should.
Oh
frame
wow,
some
who
of
did
it,
that?
Because it's something.
This was I think this was PSN Green Hulkster.
Oh wow,
Nice.
Obviously that's a Roscoe.
that's a Roscoe.
Nice.
And it's a Soul Twice. This is Oogie or Augie. This is Augie Boogie.
Huggy Boogie.
Yeah.
It's just like the swampy character.
Yeah, misspelled. Yeah, of course, this is a Tyler.
I can't believe you kept that.
This, of course, is my Freaky Louie signed book. There's a DVH.
Oh,
There's Mrs. Von Hoot.
Oh, cool.
nice.
There is a Magic Badger.
Love that.
I love it. But look at he's like dancing.
Well, it's me in space with bubble helmets and stuff. I think this was.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh, who did that?
I think.
Looks familiar.
Well, it came out of a Burke box.
Because he loves him some dick.
Yeah, but I think I can't remember if it's. I can't read the name, but I kind of sworn it was like Karate Kevin, but I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
It might be because he
I
does
just
do a lot of.
can't recognize that signature. So
Yeah.
there's a Freaky Louie.
You can't touch this.
Obviously, there's our madam. I don't remember who this is from. From G.
The mask is great.
Wow.
Head.
That's man.
This one, oh, this is oh God. Oh, Bobby Delegato.
Nice.
And another Roscoe.
Yeah, I love that one.
Okay, excellent.
And actually, I realized that all of it's here. So I also have some sketch covers that are in the garage that are in to get eventually slabbed. Like Izzy, I got a couple from Izzy, and there's another one from Freaky Louie, and one from Chris at Retro Rocket Comics, and then there's I think there's something else that's out in the garage with in my collection too.
Probably the Roscoe.
Oh, there's a couple more. There's a couple more Roscoes on backing boards that I was thinking about sending to EGS Comics because they'll encapsulate them as art for me. So I was thinking about doing that with some of them. But
so, Rob, you have a few of mine because I know of one in particular,
Yeah.
but I didn't know I'd send you multiple.
I think I have the Spider-Man 2099 of yours.
Yeah, that one
and
I
then
know.
at C3 I picked up the Spider-Man with the webbing shooting out at
Oh,
you.
that's right.
And then
That's
and then I also picked up a Venom, I think, from you as well.
Yes, I remember now those two. Yeah.
So I have
Forgot all
three
about those two.
three sketch covers from you.
Yeah. Yeah. The 2099 one I really like. I don't think anybody's seen that one yet.
No, it's in the box of my sketch covers that are waiting to go out for encapsulation.
Cool.
There's Austin LeMay. We were just talking about.
Oh yeah, then I have some Austin LeMays that are already encapsulated, of course, but I forgot about those.
You guys just gave me a
how
good
could I
idea.
forget about Austin LeMay? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Do you have any Justin Bird letters?
I do. I have among other things, and I showed it off on Dur's channel last week when we were doing signed books, and I was going through all my multiple multi-signed books, and when we got to 3 signatures, we pulled out the only known triple signed, verified, 9.8 graded copy of Parallel, and told the story how JB helped me to get the 3rd signature. Yes, and then I also have a copy of Arcade. I think it is Arcade's the book, right?
Arcade Kings?
Yeah, that's signed by JB. Then I have many copies of the Black Box comics. No, I'm all out of those, actually, JB.
So
you want more? I can get you more.
No,
I can get you a whole lot more.
No, it's good.
I have made the decision. So at C2E2 and at any show that I table at this year in Artist Alley, I'm going to have like a donation jar for C3. And if you donate to the jar, I'm going to give you a comic. And I have a whole stack of comps that I can just get rid of this way. It's brilliant. I love it.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And
you're going to be loading down. You're going to be loading down unsuspecting people with like more stuff.
How many of them are Black Box comics?
And now you guys have all given me an idea that I
answer, Rob.
will draw your favorite letter for a donation to C3. But you got to hit me up at a convention. It has to be done at a con.
It needs to be. You need to have like a card, or actually, you have people have the sketch cards. You have one that's done up. This is this convention is brought to you by the letters, and then used right in like the letters G and S and the number 3. There you go.
Now, would you take font request?
Ooh.
As long as it's not
like, you want me to?
Because you know how we could, you could request for sketches and a specific character. Would you do it for fonts?
No.
AR has apparently got low T, so he's going to ask for T. He pities the fool. He doesn't have any T.
Can you write my letter in
because it was thrown into the bay?
If you come to me with a font request, I will
smoke bomb.
Tell you to fuck off.
The most insulting letter I can think of.
F and
you're going to get an FU.
Sweet. I get.
But am I going to get it in that font?
No. If he's hand drawing it, no. Now, JB, do you do calligraphy?
No.
No.
That's too bad because that would be great to then do your 2 letters and your number in calligraphy.
Be like,
well, okay. So when's Heroes Con? June. Let's see. It's end of March. Can I learn how to do that in like 2-3 months?
I did it in 6th grade.
You can learn it today.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about one day, but calligraphy is not.
Good calligraphy we're talking about here.
Hold on.
He'll be all right.
Hold on. No. We gotta go back to Izzy. This is JB. We don't need it.
Yes,
to be
I know.
No, you just need it to get done. You just need it to get done.
What kind of letter are you if you can't do
He
calligraphy?
should, you know what JB should bring? He should bring like a little laptop and like a little printer. And every time you say, "Hey, can you
Click,
letter
click.
it?" and he just prints it out.
He's got this little Bluetooth thermal printer, and it prints it out on the thermal sheet.
Which
Here
one
you
are you
go.
want? Let me give it
It's,
to you.
you got it. It's a sticker now.
You want your full name now? And then he signs it afterwards.
I'll have like pre-made balloons, right? And then I'll just type in what you wanted to say, print it out, slap the sticker on you, done.
Because it
And
does
then
work.
send it to CGC.
Because my thermal printer is Bluetooth, so it just sits there. All you need is an AC plug, and that's it. You could even be doing it from your phone. Just type in send print. Here you go. It's all on a
He charges
sticker. You
$20
can stick it
for
on
each
whatever
one.
you want. That's
Hey.
brilliant.
It's all for charity.
That's
It's
right.
all for charity. Yeah, and then you use that as the line, so they have to give you the money.
Ooh, you're as exciting as Helvetica Bold.
You know, I do like
pretty
Helvetica.
exciting.
So
Helvetica.
I'm a
I do like
courier, man.
Helvetica.
I'm more of an Ariel guy.
Who is that?
Ariel's the bastard son of Helvetica.
Times New Roman.
Avenir. How about
Ugh.
Avenir? You like Avenir?
I'm not
Debes
familiar
Nue.
with that one.
I can't
You're not
believe we're
familiar
talking
with
about
Avenir?
fonts.
That's
I should
what
be in
Captain
bed
has to
instead of
use.
talking about fonts.
Mad Spidey's a fan of Comic Shark.
No, I just
my
kept like
company's-
mentioning ampersands because I know how much JB loves ampersands.
Those are
Dingbats.
extra.
Dingbats.
Those are extra.
Those are extra.
Dude, it's not that hard.
Those are for VIP guests.
Those are extra.
Those are extra.
We appreciate you staying up with us, Mad Spidey.
We do.
Clip says Garamond.
Yes.
How about Garamond? That's sans serif, man. That's a lot of work.
Oh,
No, that's
it's
serif.
20
No, that's
in the
serif.
morning.
It's
I should
serif.
Yeah,
turn
that's
on
serif.
my
That's serif.
email.
That's a lot of
and
work.
pretend that I'm working.
Cooper Black? Yeah, Cooper Black's not bad.
You don't have to pretend, Rob. It's okay.
Well, I did start answering some emails when I first got here on the computer at 4:30 in the morning. So now it's like, I didn't realize it was 6
Oh, wow.
after 6 o'clock in the morning. So
Yo, guys, I just got the word that Louis Gossett Jr. passed away.
What?
No, I guess Iron Eagle 27 is off the table then.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh yeah, who's that guy?
I didn't know this. He was the first black man to win a supporting actor Oscar.
In the Punisher.
I knew he won an Oscar, but I didn't
Well,
know.
he was the first black man. I think the first black woman was in Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
Who won the first supporting actress?
Louis Gossett Jr., man. 87.
Yeah, Iron Eagle, Punisher, Cover Up.
He was in Punisher, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was the cop in
Yeah, I forgot about that.
in Punisher. He was in Cover Up as well, which he did with Dolph Lundgren as well.
No, I remember when Iron Eagle came out, I was like, is this a Top Gun bite off or something?
Wannabe?
Yeah. But it really wasn't.
Iron Eagle was awesome.
No, I'm saying, but it really wasn't, but it just came out in the same time.
Was he the guy who was also in Enemy Mine with Dennis Quaid?
Yes.
And
That was a great movie.
Officer and the Gentleman, was that him too?
Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't think that.
He was in Roots. Yeah, he was an Officer and Gentleman. Yeah. Officer and the Gentleman was a great movie.
Yeah. That inspired a bunch of people to join the Air Force.
And that's why you get Iron Eagle.
And then later on, because the Army didn't want to get left out, they introduced Firehawks, which was their Top Gun version done with Apache helicopters.
Wow.
Yep. Dumb movies for 500, Alex.
Yes, won the Oscar for Officer and a Gentleman.
Yeah. I'll be right back, guys.
Hey, HR's letting me know that this is Stress Awareness Month. It's nice to let me know this on the 29th of the month. Oh, no, it says for April. As we gear up for April. Got it.
Ba-boom.
Yeah, we're not just bracing ourselves for April Fool's Day pranks. Yeah, like
What's the best April Fool's Day prank you guys have ever had?
I don't care about those. I hate April Fool's Day. It's
Yeah,
the stupidest thing ever.
I'm not a fan of practical jokes in general.
I'm not a fan in a day where everybody's trying to be stupid, but and then like the other day when work sent a message out saying, "Oh, we want everybody to come into the office on April 1st, and we're gonna have pizza and stuff." It's like that's a Monday. Wednesday's the day that we do everybody in the office. You guys are fucking trolling the entire office. That's just lame. But we should the HR wants me to know that I should prioritize self-care, take a break, set boundaries, and practice time management. Well, isn't that nice?
They care. They care about
Set
you.
boundaries. You only work from 10 a.m. to 10:02 a.m. and that's it. That's your boundaries.
You're
prioritizing.
It's funny. It does say establish clear boundaries between work and personal life to prevent burnout and stuff. Like disconnecting from work emails, tasks during downtime, help you recharge. I do post on. I have on my calendar. My work calendar is strictly blocked out my work time and when I'm not on work. And I generally am very good about. I will log out and I'm done, and I won't pay attention to work outside of work hours unless it's my boss pinging me on via text. And it's but this last 2 weeks, because it's end of fiscal year for us, I've been working 12-hour days and stuff. So it's been a little bit crazier, but it's like somebody tried to ping me at one point. It was like on, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night or something. I was like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not even answering your phone call. I don't give a shit. But
I heard that a bunch of people on Ozempic or whatever, like a bunch of girls are getting pregnant because the Ozempic helps birth control metabolize faster or something, so it's not effective.
Well, it's like a
all these surprise
fertility.
pregnancies are coming up because everyone's using this weight loss drug.
I thought you were saying because it made them skinnier, so they were more attractive, and so they got.
Well, yeah, that too.
I don't know.
I don't think it works that fast. It's like, I got Ozempic, pregnant a week later.
It affects the. That's interesting.
Yes, but as a April Fool's joke, for you and your partner. If
I agree with Scotty. I think
hey, I'm pregnant, and then
get pregnant from the sex.
That's usually how it works. Unless Ozempic has something in it
that you're injecting in,
cause pregnancy. That would
Where are you injecting this again?
Are these cryo freeze? What?
You know how when you watch those commercials and it says these are the side effects. They should just be one line. This may cause pregnancy.
Well, no, it wouldn't be. That wouldn't necessarily be the side effect, but it would be that it may that it may reduce the effectiveness of certain drugs.
Now it may cause pregnancy. I like better.
I don't know. I had not heard that one, madam. So
that was brand new. That I heard that on the news this morning. So.
And impregnate them.
But yeah, that's a great April Fool's joke, though. If you're in a relationship,
tell your
partner, I'm pregnant, and then watch the reaction, and then I'm not.
Alan, tell me how that one goes.
They was just having a Mentos commercial.
Tell your partner
saying,
that you're pregnant,
and you just show the box
how that goes.
I'm pregnant.
I'm just a sexy boy toy.
That's not a good prank. Not at all. That could cause a lot of emotions, and it's not good.
No, I agree with that one.
I don't need to stop taking weight loss drugs. I had a kidney stone. I don't want to have a baby. I don't know why I'd fake to be pregnant for a boyfriend. He was so happy that they had a real,
yeah. First of all, Cliff, why is he your friend? Why would you do that to somebody?
People do stupid things.
That's like the worst thing you could do to somebody.
That's even worse than the I'm pregnant joke on April Fool's Day. That's worse.
Come on.
Wow.
The sad thing is that he was so happy. The guy was happy. So, really? And she's like, oh, what did I just do? Oh, that's terrible, man. That's heartless.
No, that's called being single right after. That's what that is.
Oh, that's a good way of getting single right afterwards. But then again, actually being pregnant might cause you to get single sometimes with some people too.
I'm saying this can be beneficial because it's kind of like a trial run of anxiety rush. You know, how could you handle this information if this were to come to you?
I just wanted to know if you really loved me.
Right?
No.
Be one of those.
No.
Oh,
Wow. We're getting the hashtag butt stuff.
God, where has this morning gone to?
It all started with dirt. It all started with dirt.
Pegging ain't easy.
Pegging ain't easy. Oh boy.
There you go.
What is
I
that?
think being pregnant on April Fool's due to my girlfriend. She didn't believe me until I watched him.
Oh goodness.
Golly, Miss Molly.
This is bad.
So JB, I don't know if you were watching earlier, but so I don't know if you saw it. So yesterday I dropped that video where I took some PGX books and so on. So I'm going to do the next round, and we're going to do Silver Age Spidey books.
nice.
See what happens when I cross over grade those.
See if those ones hold up.
Right, and then the follow up to that one is going to be I'm going to send nothing but 9, 9, and 10s, and see what happens.
That one I think is going to be
now
different.
that CGC is supposedly looking for 9, 9s, and 10s. How does that hold up?
Yeah.
Wow.
That one should be interesting to see how you get. I don't think you'll get them.
I think the most discrepancy will be in the Silver Age ones.
Yeah.
I don't want to think, but I think if there will be differences, they will be the ones that will have.
I'm sure that there might be, and then those are the ones that most also potentially have the chance where they might go up slightly too.
Are you going to get them pressed and cleaned as well? Or?
So absolutely. So first of all these are going to go in, and that's the thing is this is why I'm not positioning it as are they equal or whatever. It's just kind of just see what happens because I am having them pressed and cleaned by a CGC while they're going in there, and that's just because they're going to be extracting them from the inner well.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Else. There's stuff that can happen when they're trying to move them from the inner well. The handling that goes on with that, it makes sense to have them press it. That might potentially improve the book from what it was before when it was graded. So there is a chance that it could go up. But if it goes up dramatically, that would be something interesting. I wouldn't expect it to go up more to maybe half a grade at best, from just a normal pressing, especially for a CGC pressing, right? It's because it's a quick press that they're doing. But
I like how on each submission you are like pushing your luck a little bit more each time.
Right.
First it's modern, and you're like, all right, now it's silver, and then your final one is just going to be a giant. All right, now let's really play with fire.
Right. 9, 9s, and 10s. Let's see what happens. And because you know what? Because the reality is, if they come back 9, 8s, I won't be sad. They'll still be probably if I wanted to sell them, they'd probably be just as valuable. And they're not realistically the 10s that I'm sending in. They're books that they're probably like $50 books anyways. So it's not like
you're running the risk.
It's actually just sending them in to get regraded. It actually cost me more.
You're doing the low risk on these ones.
Exactly.
I can just say the wall at CGC is going to have a picture of Rob saying, "Oh, this guy's sending these fucking books in."
No, it's going to be that Lenin picture. It's going to be the Lenin picture of Rob.
He's testing the waters.
So CGC finally going to get a signature verification person like CBCS. So the person, they bought an entire company, Roscoe. They bought JSA. So yes, they'll have signature verification. We don't know how much it's going to cost. We don't know. We assume that we're going to get a variant of the Signature Series label on yellow, but we don't know that for sure yet. They haven't announced any of that. So
that's apparently it could happen as early as next week, though.
We'll see. Once they do, I'll send in some more to CGC with signature verification, because I have a whole batch of PGX slabs that are signature verified that I can send into CGC to have done that are also 9.9s and such.
That's the last step. It just keeps escalating.
Will they get the 9.9s and will they be verified
So,
signatures?
Rob, have you ever gotten a 9.9 from CGC?
Yes.
Okay.
Only once.
Only one?
Mm-hmm. Last Ronin.
You seem so disappointed, Alan.
Well, I've gotten 3 from them.
You gotten 3? Wow.
3.
Ever gotten a 10?
No.
See, I've got multiple 10s, but they're all PGX 10s. I've even sent out.
Actually, same. Just change the letters.
I've even sent them out. I've even sent out
the label, just like.
I've even sent out 9.9s and 10s in mystery boxes, PGX 9s and 9s and 10s in mystery boxes in the past. But yeah,
no, that'll be good epic videos. Like, I got a 10. Oh, it's a PGX.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
That someone had asked me, and I really didn't know. How hard would it be? I mean, if you can replicate a lot of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So how hard would it be to replicate, a Hulk 181 or something like that,
It's been
the
done.
entire book.
There's been whole scandal. There's been whole scandals on it, like with people replicating
the
stuff
entire book, though.
That's what I mean. The entire book.
And you want it, but the thing is, the page quality.
Paper has to be the same.
That's the downside. You can't. That's hard to duplicate when you're talking about pages that are naturally worn from that time period.
Well, plus back then those were on newsprint paper still.
Yeah.
Isn't there still newsprint paper available?
It's still
not as readily.
But it's not as easy
and
to
it's
get
actually
and to print.
It's actually a lot thicker. It's thicker now.
So newsprint paper, you will have to print it, and then you have to do 4 color, because that's how they did they also did it through 4 colors. So they would print it 4 times to get the color in. So to do the interiors will be extremely challenging. But I'm sure there's people out there that've done.
Unless you have really old stack of paper and a really old printer.
The question is, by the time you got all that stuff, would you even be willing? Would it be worth it by the time you get through all the process to be able to replicate it versus just going and buying it?
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I think the cost of
unless you're going to be able to print
get
multiples.
a high 9, you could actually, like Rob said, go and buy a high 9.
That is true. Austin bought, and no less, it was a Peach Momoko book. He had.
That's how they met. They met through a slab.
No, it was that he purchased the the Strange Academy #1 Peach Momoko.
Yes.
He got the Virgin variant from me, which was a super high valued book at one point. It still actually is, the course of the Strange Academy books, the highest valued of the books.
Mm-hmm.
I kept the trade dress variant because I had signatures on the trade dress variant. Mm-hmm. Now I'm sad because although I finally have all 3 signatures on it, Peach Momoko did not sign in red like the other 2 guys. So her signature kind of is hidden. But
it blends in.
Yeah. I think the concept wouldn't be that you'd reproduce it for yourself, but then you'd try to scam other fools.
And then would you just do 1 book?
He bought the trade dress variant from you, really?
Like, which books would you duplicate?
Action
Obviously,
Comic 1.
and Detective 27?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
No, it's got
AF-15.
It's got to be a big book, but not like a big book, right?
ASM 129.
Exactly. That's the exact book I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Big enough, but not big enough.
Or what's another one that goes for quite a bit that's not that super big?
Well, you could do a Swamp Thing #1, A House of Secrets.
Werewolf by Night 32.
So pretty much anything that came out in the Bronze Age.
Used to make DVD covers for. Well, we used to go to, back in my day, we go to the swap meet and you'd get cassette tapes that were bootleg cassette tapes that somebody had printed the jacket cover, but it was just like the front cover only, and the rest of it was all blank and folded over.
And the cassette in itself
was printed but kind of smeared.
Yeah, it was smeared, but in some cases it didn't even have what was on it. It was just a blank cassette, clear. Oh, I miss those, man.
It was big market. Like even over here, like you'd go to like the markets and stuff like that, and there'd be whole sections of people selling bootleg DVDs and tapes and games and stuff. It was big business. We actually had, I remember because I was actually at a big marketplace back in the 90s, and this is when everybody was burning like Xbox games and PlayStation games and that, and Sony actually brought in like the authorities, like the cops and the federal cops and all this sort of stuff, and actually raided the place while I was there. And actually like cleaned them out, took everything and destroyed it all.
I actually had a job for a while working at a video and audio duplication lab. That's what we actually did for business, was duplicating audio and video, but we were legit and we were duplicating like training videos and
we were bootletting for free.
Like I was working in the video department, so I would do not only mass duplications, so I had walls of like 1,000 videotape machines that you would load tapes in and go. But then we also did conversions from NTSC to CCAM or PAL and whatnot. But it was all training videos. Like if you ever need, those you see those ads all the time for like mesh hernias. Like if you had a mesh hernia thing that you can get lawsuits or whatever. If you ever want one of those old mesh hernia operations, I watched the training video 1 billion times. I could probably do the surgery for you.
Yeah. My father had a friend a long time ago. The guy's long. He had that equipment. So I had a friend who had that equipment. He would sell like bootleg copies of movies and just put them together, right? But what was really weird about what he would do is that he would put like the most randomized set of movies together, and then there was one movie that wasn't for kids that came after Pinocchio that shouldn't have come after Pinocchio.
Huh?
Can you be more specific?
Yeah.
Let's just say
need more specifics.
So
it was Pornocchio.
Yeah. Thank you for being more specific. So it was so weird because my father would get one of these tapes. It's like, "Dad, you want to see Pinocchio?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, I want to see Pinocchio." And then I watch Pinocchio and he says, "Okay, you got to leave now." I'm like, "Why? I want to continue seeing the movie." It's like, no.
Because when this one lies, something else grows.
Absolutely.
How are you, Lady Fantastic?
I'm doing well. Just I'm just up and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and listening to you guys talk about Pinocchio dick.
Yeah. Been covering a lot of stuff. We've been covering pegging.
I got no strings to hold me down.
Pregnancy jokes.
Oh, sweet, man. Well,
JB's,
postage
signing...
costs.
Nah, it's a bitch. No, I gotta drop off some packages this morning too. After this,
Rob has some stamps if you need any.
Okay, I'll hit him up.
Okay. They may be a little old. They might not have the adhesive anymore, but
okay, I can put some tape on, some scotch tape. Scotch tape them bitches.
You might want to be around for Spidey's Outback too.
Oh yeah,
Caroline, because I finally got all the rest of my auction books from Todd.
Oh no,
and there might be some cool.
They're sitting here, so we're gonna have to go through them to see which books we're actually gonna spend.
Yeah, whether I still need any of them anymore.
Okay.
Or whether or not Spidey's making donations of mystery box books for C3.
I'll be there for it. I think I was doing something last Saturday, and I can't remember what it was.
I know I was. It was
I was
my
doing,
anniversary.
How was your anniversary?
I did something.
Was it a good experience?
That doesn't sound good, Rob.
Oh, I was trying to be very vague. It was very good.
Okay. He was watching Pinocchio.
Well, my parents only had sex 3 times.
The next Pinocchio.
I went to dinner at a nice restaurant.
Wonder Years.
Among other things. I bought her dinner. I mean,
He got some wings too.
no wings. We went to God, what's that? I can't even remember the name of the steakhouse. It's a high end chain. But
Outback Steakhouse.
Whack Angus.
Outback.
I said high end.
Ruth Chris.
Applebee's.
Chili's. Was it Chili's?
I actually named it. No.
Ruby Tuesdays.
Sizzler.
It was Fleming's.
The Sizzler.
Oddly enough, we walked past the Sizzler from the hotel we were staying at.
You still got Sizzlers?
Yeah, we have a Sizzler.
That's nice.
Oh wow.
But
living the high life.
But we went over to Fleming's.
Waffle House Steakhouse.
Fleming's is good. I approve of Fleming's.
Yeah, so we had steak, and then I also had some calamari, and she had a French onion soup or something. But
So you ate and she had a French onion soup? Is that
no,
what
we
you
each had steak.
said? Okay.
Then in addition to that, I had some calamari, and she had some French onion soup.
Okay. Because at first it just kind of sounded like you ate, and she just
Yeah, no, honey, we're going to Fleming's. You're on a $25 budget.
And the diet, don't forget.
Don't forget, and don't forget
to take your Ozempic while you're at it.
Water, okay? Throw some Ozempic.
Yeah, I can't put you.
Okay.
All right. It's almost 1 a.m. Time for me to go. I've got to get up and do stuff in the morning. So,
what cut? Roscoe asked. We each had the New York strip.
see you all later.
See you, Simon. Be safe.
Will do.
Yeah. Easy. I mean, normally I used to go there, and I would always get like the ribeye, but to be honest, I've lately become a little bit more accustomed to the texture of the New York strip. When it's done well, it's phenomenal, and they do it well.
I mean, like well done, or they do it.
Well, no, it was medium on mine, because
I know you got to be careful how you say "well" in front of steak.
You want to hear it move?
My wife is a medium well person, and yeah.
Are you a little embarrassed when she orders medium well? Or are you?
I am. I look. Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're lucky it's a special occasion.
That's right.
Totally. You're lucky you're paying for this.
I like how
you know what? I'm gonna put this Ozempic away now.
It was a sweet. It was fried calamari with a sweet chili sauce.
I think Scotty says he loves squid and octopus. I thought octopus was pretty cool too until I saw that documentary, My Octopus Teacher.
Your
and
octopus teacher.
This guy goes out and he makes friends with a wild octopus in the ocean and goes and visits this octopus every day for like a year.
That doesn't change whether it tastes good or not.
And then he killed it.
There are people who make friends with cows, but it still tastes great.
They're so intelligent. Octopi are really freaking smart.
Pigs.
Yeah.
Wilbur.
Doesn't change the fact that they taste delicious.
Yeah,
Mary had a little lamb.
Probably tastes like how bacon tastes. Yeah, that's exactly how smart they are.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm with Scotty. People do make friends out of cows, and then they eat them.
Octopus is delicious. You can taste how smart they are.
That's great.
You guys want to hear what a terrible mom I am? I fucking
you ain't no terrible mom.
I left Miss Kitty out on the balcony last night.
I've done that before, Lee. Fantastic. Come on.
I opened the balcony this morning and she's looking at me like, "Oh, fuck, bitch. What are you doing? My fucking food."
Did you tell her?
Fuck you.
Did you look at her back and go, "I just made you hard"?
She's just not. She was I'm on what do you pink? I got a pink slip.
You're on the shit list for her today.
I'm on an improvement plan, a performance improvement plan.
You've only been there for a couple months.
What, Miss Kitty?
Oh, for that. Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking about your work.
Oh, my new job. Oh, no. I haven't done that yet.
Not yet.
I'm like, oh, usually you wait at least 3 months before you show them your true self.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's just like a dating. Come on.
I think it's been about 3 months, but I'm doing all right. They want to get rid of me yet. I don't think.
Not yet.
You got to get past that trial period, and then
That's right.
after that, then you can reveal who you really are.
Mm-hmm. Show them all the fucked upness.
Well, not all just yet. You have that's after year 1, but
okay.
you gotta ease them into it.
Got it.
Drop little pieces here and there.
I do the same thing in my marriage.
Yes,
that's always the way you do it.
Interestingly enough, though, after all these years, JB still won't fart in front of her.
You won't.
You won't fart in front of your wife.
Well, his laugh
What's
shows
up with that, man? What kind of marriage do you have?
What?
You won't fart in front of your wife? What kind of marriage is this?
Wait a minute. Wait. Time out.
You gotta share farts.
Time out. I'm laughing.
Compare each other's farts.
I'm laughing because Rob just throws random stuff out there, but everyone believes it's true. That's the part that's funny.
You definitely fart in front of your wife.
He Dutch ovens her. He'll crop the kitchen crop dusting. He'll sit there, hey, I got something I got to share with you. Grabs her back man.
This is for better or for worse.
Lifts a leg.
Oh, you gotta lift a leg. Wow.
Yeah, that's when you get the good deep from deep.
That's when you get the good ones. That's
stuff
the
that's
good
from
release.
deep within. It's been sitting there for a bit. Yeah,
it's like a dog.
Well fermented.
So we've been married for 10 years, and I just recently stopped doing the joke where because I finally figured out that it was bothering her when I said it.
10 years.
As a guy.
She's Catholic, and I say I like people will be like, she's gonna divorce you, and I'm like, no, she's Catholic. We're married for life.
That's right. She can't.
And she does not like that joke. She does not like that joke.
You know what? Her response should be used. It's called annulment.
Wait. Is it because she wants to divorce you, and she's Catholic, she won't do it, and that's why it makes her angry? Like, yeah,
never asked her.
I can't get rid of her.
Making it sound like there's no out, Justin. Like they're like you are stuck with me no matter what, and you just have to suck it up because I can be horrible now, and you're still stuck.
You signed a contract.
Did you not hear the Catholic part?
I know plenty of people that are Catholic that got divorced.
Not in the eyes of the church, they didn't.
No, that's not just Catholics.
You know what? You can live the JFK.
That's the whole
Catholic
reason the
life.
Protestant religion existed. Is he? Was the king wanted a divorce?
He was faithful.
Well, you got to give a certificate to do it. Word of the day, annulment.
We already discussed that. Thank you, Mark.
I got it. Give her some Ozempic. Right?
The word
of God, she could hire a hitman.
Yes.
Right? And then say it's not yours.
I always used to
and that's
joke
how you
that-
get out of the divorce.
I've had this argument before with my mom because my mom was Catholic and my dad it wasn't until much longer I learned that my dad had been married before he married my mom. And so he was a divorcee and she married a divorcee. And I said, and she was always would talk to me about religion stuff. I was, Mom, how can you sit there and tell me about your religion stuff when your own religion won't recognize your marriage to your husband because you married a divorcee and
then
a
she ran
Protestant?
off crying, and you didn't talk for 6 years.
Almost.
Okay.
She turned away and said, forget it. I'm not going to talk to you about this. And I will. Yeah.
And he finally got what he wanted. He only took that conversation to finally get there.
Yeah.
Just chop off her head. There you go.
Yeah, that's what Anne Boleyn, you get sick of him. Henry VIII is just like, well, I'll chop her head off and move on to the next chick.
Divorce them from their body, Just
You
divorce that
guys, you
head.
just sit back there and they gossip and they're just.
The medieval times, man, they had some great ideas, didn't they?
Yeah, jousting during dinner. That's a fabulous idea. I agree.
Your sister got an annulment after
Full
26 years.
experience that, Rob.
Yeah, did you see
You
that?
have got to tell this story. You have got to tell this story. Was he like actually a chick and living as a dude? Like what?
Well, in this day and age, it's okay. You could do that.
Well, I mean,
26 years is usually not a length of time where you get an annulment.
I know. I want to know.
It never happened.
Yeah, 26 years. Like, let's just.
He was married by Morph from the X-Men. You know, it's that kind of marriage.
They had excellent.
Do you guys think my wife will try
maybe
to
an
kill me to
annulment
get out of
after
this?
26 years, maybe there was like a whole other family there.
Yeah, that or like he was already married. You know,
that definitely would
never
do
got divorced.
Yeah, I
Never got
need to know these things.
Mhm.
Cliff,
If we need more information.
Cliff, DM me.
Yeah. We gotta talk. We gotta make this a video.
We gotta make this
You're
right.
being invited to slide into Lady F's DMs. Wink.
In the most platonic way possible.
Oh man.
We need a dish.
Yeah, you got a dish with me.
What? How is this?
It's okay. Are you trying to look up annulments now, Justin? You trying to find a way out?
No.
All right, Cliff.
I don't want
there
her.
we go.
So what had happened was.
Welcome to the channel, Cliff.
What's
now,
up?
tell me a little bit about this annulment that your
You're
sister
not
had.
crying, are you?
For starters, 4 starters.
Calamari.
I'm only able to join you because the doctor I scheduled for on Friday, she put in for the day off for Good Friday, and I was like, I'm Catholic, so I put in for Good Friday too, so it's great. Now,
Here's for Catholicism.
So how does your oh, never mind. I'll let you finish your story before I ask my mean-spirited question, which is go ahead.
Damn, I want the mean-spirited question.
Cliff, what did
How
you
do
give
you
up
feel
for
about a
lunch?
religion that doesn't endorse you and your lifestyle?
Oh, I'm a total hypocrite, and it's magical. I'm
Okay,
also
fair.
someone's
That's fair.
godfather. It's Rob. It's so great when I sit there and I'm like, I don't believe 3/4 of the shit you're spewing, but my precious goddaughter, I'm going to do everything in my power to honor my obligation as her godfather.
So what you're saying,
None of them
and
believe
this
it.
I respect. You're saying is that you respect and follow the religion, not necessarily the church. I like that.
Yeah. And by the way, the priest that did the baptism for my goddaughter, he straight up knows, but I'm a confirmed Catholic. And he's like, you know what? He's like, you're here and you're representing her spiritually. He's like, and I'm all for it. So welcome. And I was like, I like you, sir. And he knew what Clerks was, and he was a fan of Kevin Smith. I love this guy.
Fair enough. All right, proceed, good sir.
Okay, so
Yeah, let's talk about this annulment.
Well, first off, okay, after 26 years, you're like, how the hell? But guess what? Marital infidelity, strike one.
Yes, that I knew.
But
that's not annulment. That's divorce.
Yeah.
No, right. So this is the thing. What you're trying to do with an annulment is you've got to convince the church, in this case, your local archdiocese, right, that what would have been deemed the appropriate union in the eyes of God, right, was not so. That there was things all along the way that made it not so. So then,
is this a legal annulment or a Catholic annulment?
Oh, it's the Catholic annulment, but you can then parlay that into everything else. So it's, my God, it's so complicated. But the church part is like interesting and like mildly complicated. So they give you these forms, and the forms go out to witnesses, families, and friends who will fill out a questionnaire and write testimony to all instances where they felt that your marriage was not deemed meant to be, right?
Yeah, they were showing affections of love. That could not be real.
No. The question, okay, I'm not going to get into it because it's already
I'm curious about the forms. That's what I want to hear.
Right. The questionnaire is very rough, okay? And it asks you to be very honest. And that's as far as I'm going to go with the actual questionnaire. Now, Rob,
did you have to fill out one? Did you have to fill?
Of course I did. And I even put this big statement at the bottom about how when people are young and in love. They can't see the future, and they don't know who they're going to be 20 something years later, and they don't know what their relationship's going to be like as parents until it's actually happening, and how this is a very hard thing. Like that was like my final statement, that like, you know, when you're young and then like the future, like you just really don't know, and sometimes it just doesn't work.
You're stupid.
You know, well, I don't want to go that far. You know, some people.
I know you're being diplomatic,
young,
but
dumb,
people are
and
young and
well, they want to
stupid.
be.
Listen, my friend Camille has a beautiful marriage, has 2 beautiful kids. You know, and it's not perfect, right? But they know how to talk to each other, and they know how to take care of each other, and in a manner where they can serve the kids, right? And I'm like, what more do you want? You're both committed to this, and you love it, and you love each other, and you love the family you've made. Like, I think it's beautiful, and I respect that. Okay, now Rob, you had a hard question. I'm waiting for it.
No,
you asked.
The question was done. It was, you had me do it first.
Oh, okay.
I'm just always confused by sometimes, and I like when people can separate the difference between the religion and the church, because I think that the church corrupts religion quite frequently. And when I say church, I mean big C, not necessarily little c. The little church, the local individual churches are much different sometimes than the grand church organization.
Rob, you do not
the political side of it.
Yes, the part where the church uses religion to control other people rather than. Yes.
Right, because history hasn't taught us that religion hasn't been about control.
Forever.
All it's
the
been.
Bible states. Come on.
The first thing you did when you invaded a country was you took their religion and you found ways to make it mesh it with your own religion, so that you could control the people.
Easter.
That Easter, the fact that you pray to saints. The saints replaced all the minor deities, you know, the goddess of this,
in the Caribbean,
in America, right?
And then, of course, we created the saints.
You know, the Son of God suddenly was born at the time when the Son God was born, and
what
all
Scotty
these
said.
Yeah,
Christianity is just a blend of Hellenistic shit that came before
and it's not just
it's
not just Christianity. Look, I look at it like this.
It's just a clusterfuck of story tales.
Religions are like language. They just developed differently in different areas. It's all trying to tell one and the same story, a story that we don't understand. It's trying to fill in trying to make sense of what we don't understand for ourselves and make ourselves feel good.
That's what it's
and maybe give us a little bit of morals that we can build society upon.
You know what's really funny? What's really funny, and by the way, I'm trying to keep this as respectful as possible, because you know I've suffered. I want to just put it out there because like I know there's people in the chat who have a very powerful connection with God, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but I do also want to be mindful that I've suffered a lot of religious trauma. So sometimes I am insensitive because I cannot help myself.
I'm insensitive too because I was born in the Bible Belt, and it's overwhelming.
And that's why I like to separate the difference between faith and.
I was gonna say that. So you know, before you go on, Cliff, just to let everybody know, I am an active churchgoer, and I mean active in the sense I will be in church tonight, I will be in church on Sunday, and I live by faith, not by religion, right? So I go based on what I read. You know, I could have a friend like Cliff, who I consider a brother to me, you know, and I respect his lifestyle choices, but at the same time, I have my own. Yeah, right. No, because that's at the end of the day, that's what they are, right?
Yeah. Oh, also as a choice.
No, but again, I'm not here to have this argument.
If you're there, I need to run.
Yeah, I'm not here to have that argument. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that there's many people out there, especially those in power, that are trying to force feed their belief systems, and that's not what it was ever about from the beginning. It was never about forcing belief systems, right? It was about discovering your belief systems. And the problem I have with a lot of things is the fact that they are two different things. And again, I am the last person to talk to people about this because, like Cliff, it is very important to me. You know what I mean? So that's why I usually keep quiet in these subjects.
I'm leaving. Mark is listening. He's also backstage keeping the stream going, so the stream's going to stay live. I'll try to join back, once I'm done with my team meeting, but it's time for me to go to Romania.
Yeah.
Cliff, it's all you, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, and as JB would say, smoke bomb.
Also, we're all on the honor system right now. No one abuse it.
Abuse what?
Yeah.
We're on the honor system.
Of what?
Because no one's here.
Don't be a dick.
So I can't moon the camera now?
No.
Oh.
In the meantime, I'm over here trying to take.
I got a photo of a moon. Does that mean the same thing? But back to what you were saying, Cliff. But I just want to reiterate that because again, a lot of people don't fully understand how people are supposed to live their lives, and they think people live their lives a certain different way.
So this is where I found that our community, our little comic community here, is better than most, because while people might be different, but we all respect each other. We're all here for one thing. We're talking about books, paper books, and sometimes and some other things that stream off from it. But you know what I mean. That's what brought us all together.
Yeah. I think though that one thing that kind of bothered me is that Izzy said that Cliff has his choice, right? He's making a choice, his lifestyle choice. I think that might be offensive. Yes.
The reason why I'm saying it in that way is because it's at the end of the day, yes, you could say you were born a certain way, and I respect the fact that you say that. But at the end of the day, you're still making a choice whether you're going to live this way or not. And people make the choice not to live. Wait, I'm not trying to say I'll sound offensive. People make the choice to go with what they want to go with. And I respect the fact that they do it, just like I make a choice to decide to live my life this way. I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong, or he's right or he's wrong. I'm never saying that. I'm not here trying to do that in any way. And I'm not trying to use the term choice as the word to do it. And again, I don't want to sound offensive. If I did, I apologize for that. That was never the intention and stuff. What I'm saying is that long time ago, he made a decision, and the decision is the decision he's going to go by, and that's fine. I'm fine with it, and I'm perfectly okay. I love Cliff. I love him, dude. I hug him last night. Every time I see him, I love him. I'm going to give you a big fat kiss next week when I see you on King Con.
We don't have to question.
No, I'll give you a big fat kiss. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question. So, for me, when you were going through puberty, were you attracted to males or females? Because, I didn't have a choice that males made me horny. Okay? I didn't have that choice.
But I'm not saying it like that. I didn't mean it that way, lady.
Yeah. And so that's where you're like, wait, if it occurs in nature,
I know you didn't. It's okay. Just let me tell you, okay? Because literally the words you used are part of my religious trauma. So the only thing I'm going to ask you for is find a different use of terminology.
That's why I try not to talk about it. I don't like talking about it because it is a subject that I know is touchy for people. But it's never meant to be offensive.
What happens if you just substitute out the topic for any other urges or things that are not condoned by the Bible? Does the conversation still say offensive, or does the point be able to get put across?
I think the Bible's not really a book that's
not the point. That's not what I'm talking about. Just in the context of the conversation, not swerving off on is the Bible this or that, but in the context of religion, it's not like your sexuality is the only thing that the Bible has an opinion on. There's countless things the Bible has an opinion on.
Yeah,
that you can substitute that conversation out and just understand the train of thought. The Bible, the Old Testament specifically, Judeo law will say don't eat shellfish. Well, early on, I decided I like shellfish. I crave shellfish. I want shellfish. I'm going to either choose to live my life according to these rules against my wants, my desires, and everything, and just go without, or I'm going to eat shellfish. It's that simple. It's not agree with it or don't agree with it. It's a matter of in other religions, there's people that vow to celibacy, I'm attracted to women, but my faith tells me not to indulge in any pleasures of the flesh. I'm celibate. Heterosexuals did the same thing. It's a faith-based thing. It has nothing to do with any kind of like things outside of faith would even be able to really apply their morals to it. It's a different set of values and morals. It's not right or wrong. It's just someone who has those sets of morals apply it to someone who doesn't, that's not applicable anymore.
If it occurs in nature, it's not unnatural.
Yeah, it's not applicable anymore.
Yeah, I really don't think that any type of sexuality is a choice. I think you're born with it, whatever you have, and and whatever feels good and feels good and you're turned on by is what makes you unique and your own person, your own individual. And everyone's different. There's for sure.
It's a live and let live world.
But that's the way you were just made,
Yeah, and then like it gets into a crazier philosophical debate, like beyond. Again, it always goes beyond just sexuality. It goes into other natural urges that people have, and it gets like this is a crazy, complex, and entertaining philosophical debate. If you like, that you can look into this with other urges and stuff, like taking religion out of it again, just talking about like morality and urges and acting on things. And this has gotten into very, very murky and very dangerous water, especially in like the last 4 or 5 years with what's socially acceptable, and even creating terminology to destigmatize criminal acts and behaviors in people because they were urges that they have and stuff. Like it's crazy. Like it gets very dangerous. Even it applies to heterosexuals and their behaviors as well. Like it's not exclusive to one thing or another.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I've learned from Christianity that I've kept, and the rest I think's bullshit. And that's treat your neighbor as yourself. You treat people how you want to be treated. Right. And if you can golden rule shit, then things are going to be all right.
Well, that's what it says. That's supposed to be the number one.
Well, yeah, good.
Because that's the number one.
Just shit.
But that's the one people fail to do the most of.
Just be kind to the other humans. We're all humans.
And it's not even love yourself. It's not even love your neighbor as if you want to be loved. It's really
just treat people the way you want to be treated.
Not even, because there are people that don't want to be treated well.
Judge-free zone. Everybody should just stop judging each other and just live your lives.
It's a matter of respect. It's respecting each other.
Like what you like. Don't be a dick.
Yes, I like it that way as well.
And don't ruin have a good time and don't ruin anybody else's good time. That's it.
Yeah, there's limitations on that too. And other people's good times harm people.
Yes,
I
agree.
Harm is the limit, and even harm is subjective in a subjective based morality system. That's why conversations are important. That's why debates are important.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's one thing. That's one thing that religion has been good at, in terms of society. Like religion, not faith or church, but religion, the bad one. That's one of its strongest areas that it has been good at, is setting morality standards for societies to be able to evolve and grow in. Of course, there's its negative sides to religion and stuff, but that's one of its biggest strengths, is setting firm moral boundaries for their societies.
Yeah. Guys, I would love to keep staying here with this conversation, but I do have to go. But I'm happy we had this conversation, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Be completely honest with you. But I love you guys. Really mean it.
You, man. I mean,
yeah, Lady F, I know you think I'm a weirdo, but so did my wife.
I know. That's a different type. You bagged one, and that's all you need. You laughed too hard.
He's laughing because he knows how right you are.
I know. He's like, fuck. I was gonna be a virgin forever. No,
I got 2 kids, and
he had 2 lucky nights. That's about it in his life.
No, we use as Ozempic.
Lady F, did you see how hot Izzy used to be when he was young? Watch out.
I don't. Send me a picture.
Someday. All right, guys. Love you guys.
See you, buddy.
I'll see you. Saturday. See you guys Saturday. I'll be online somewhere. All right.
Take care.
Online somewhere.
Clifford, did you see Godzilla Kong yet?
No, I haven't. Where are you at, Mark?
Me? It's a field day at my son's school.
Wow. Why aren't you frolicking like a fucking deer?
We're not allowed to participate. We sit and watch. But it's a fantastic day.
Stream.
So your kids do like the field activities, like
Yeah, there are a bunch of stations. There'll be like a jump rope one, a sack race one, the egg on the spoon. But they don't use real eggs anymore. It's like a giant plastic paddle with a giant plastic egg. I'm like, yo, that's not the same. That's
Hey, them eggs is expensive.
I'm about to say, I guess the eggs were cheaper than buying a kit.
And
but yeah, it's fun. We kept Monkey out of school today so she could hang out and watch. And when they're done here, Finn's gonna just come home with me, and I'll be done for the day. Get to hang out with little man's. Took the kids to see the movie last night. Oh my god!
What movie?
Godzilla, Kong, New Empire. They were in hog heaven. You know, I'm already biased, and Finn's already biased. But at the end of it, asked him what his favorite part was. He looked at me with big old eyes and said, "The whole thing."
Yeah.
It really was. Like just kind of comparing it to the other stuff. It's the most action packed. Yeah, you got to get out of it though. Action packed, monster heavy, way monster heavy one they've done.
So did they actually like wrap this one up in a bow, or did they still leave it open for more?
Oh, it's Godzilla stuff. There'll always be room for more. This is a self-contained movie. It's not a part one or a to be continued. But there's definitely like, as soon as it ends, you're like, I want to know what happens next. Give me more story.
It's already part of a series of movies, so like there's no.
Yeah. This is like installment number. Let's see, Godzilla Monster Skull fight. This is movie installment 5 with one Apple TV show. So it's going strong, very healthy. It's like rocking like a 90% critics liked it, and I think it was fresh in the 60% on the critic side of it.
My brother's seen it twice already. He's a fucking dork.
That good.
Why don't you have you should have your brother come on and hang out with us more.
I know you guys would like my brother more than me. Definitely, because he's way more into monsters and stuff.
You're a hard sell, but you grow on people.
I know. I'm an asshole.
I just self-describe when I need to describe you. How to describe Lady Fantastical? How would people describe me?
She's a dick, but she's lovable.
Exactly. I'm still stuck on. I think you're my lost big sister.
Yeah, I got to keep you close to Jesus and humble.
Yeah.
That's my job. That's why he brought me here. He told me that. He's like, you shouldn't even exist, but somebody's got to keep this guy in check. So,
watch Dune 2 first, E-Man. Like I'm a Godzilla stan, but I'm very biased with King Kong stuff. Dune 2 is a cinematic masterpiece that doesn't come along very often, that requires the big scale, big screen theater experience. You will never replicate that experience at home.
I agree. When is the Deadpool Wolverine thing coming out?
Summer?
I think July, around there, right? Late June, July. If Izzy was here, he would know. We all scared him off.
July 26th. July 26th.
When did you say, Cliff?
SCG.
July 26th. Yeah, I got 2.5 dozen eggs for $7.56 yesterday, and I was so thrilled.
Wow, it sounds like you robbed somebody and just left them a tip.
I know. What were they? Dinosaur eggs? Like
no, it was just like regular eggs, but it's the bulk pack in the supermarket, right? So like the fact that it was under $8, I was like, oh my goodness! Like, and I was like so mad because I like before the pandemic, like I could pick up the bulk tray for $4. You know,
$7.50 dollars for 2.5 dozen. I mean, like that's like 30 eggs, right?
Yeah.
And I guess that's like expensive for eggs, but in the grand scheme of things, that's so much food. Eggs are so much food.
Yeah. What do you make eggs? What do you make with eggs, Cliff? Like cakes and shit. Do you? You make like.
I make scrambled eggs. I make omelets. I make custard. I mean, I use eggs. I
love eggs.
Yeah, like
but I don't like
amazing pasta. I mean, homemade pasta, baby.
I love eggs. You're out of here. Get out of here, Roscoe.
Hey, Roscoe, I got some pineapple for a pizza for you.
What's up, Steve?
Eggs are good in pasta for pasta carbonara.
Are they?
Oh, so good. See,
Oh,
well, yeah,
yes.
it's the main thing for pasta carbonara.
It's you're like cooking egg yolk in with the hot pasta while you're stirring it.
Oh,
with
no
this,
shit.
Department with like Pecorino Romano cheese in there. Oh,
So I'll tell you what I do. I crack 4 eggs in a bowl, right? I spoon the hot pasta water into it while I've got if you really want it to be effective, I got the hand mixer. Right, hand mixer going, and I spoon in the pasta water so it starts looking good. And then I've pre-grated my pecorino and I dump the pecorino in and keep blending and blending and blending until it looks like it's nice and creamy, and then pour that into the pan with the pasta all at once, and where I've had my pork cheeks ready.
Yes, your bacon bits. You can have bacon bits in there too.
Oh my God! No, you've got to use pancetta or you've got to use guanciale. You do not know what you are missing. The difference is everything. Like, you think you knew and you love bacon, and then you have pancetta, and you're like, wait, what is this?
I have a great pancetta recipe that's like, you take a chicken thigh and you wrap pancetta around it with and you bake that with like lemon zest and garlic and rosemary. You bake that, and that's good.
It's so good. I have another recipe where I wrap the boneless thighs in pancetta, right? And then I fry them both before I put them in to slow simmer in the oven. And then that is tomato sauce, diced onions and garlic, 2 cups of white wine. And then I let that go for like 4 hours. And oh my God.
Yes.
I know.
We're making you hungry, Stephen? Oh, I remember hunger.
I remember
hunger.
Oh, so I have this new injection, because like I've got a million problems, right? It's a once a week, right? But like it's been helping me with my diabetes. But it makes me like not think about food. But I do still experience other symptoms for like when I'm hungry. So like the other day I was just going. And then I was like getting like really crazy. Like my head was spinning heavy. And I was like, oh my God, like what is wrong with me? And I was like, oh, I haven't eaten.
Yeah.
But like
it's the GLP-1, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever it is. I can't keep track anymore. All I know is that I got to keep checking my thyroid to make sure it doesn't kill me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, GLP-1 has revolutionized the game. I mean, I think it's just showing that for the longest time, I mean, obesity it's a disease, there's some people that it doesn't matter what they do. They just can't leave the weight off like some others. You have 2 people and you give them the same diet. One person won't lose any weight. The other person will, it's just... So different people, different things. I think GLP-1s definitely provided Americans with a good option to get a little healthier. Unfortunately, like that costs $1,000, like a pop. Whereas like if you just made healthy food and, for Americans instead of like processed shit, but whatever.
I have no doubt Americans can overeat some healthy food.
Yeah, I think it's just the problem is everything that we have is mostly processed and has sugar in it. Like most of the food, the most affordable foods, and then the least fortunate among us.
I'm just saying, like, our portion size compared to the rest of the world.
Portion size are large, but at the same,
right? It's insane. People come over here and they're like, "This is like a week's worth of food you just gave me." Like
it doesn't have just like to do with portion size. It has to do with the intrinsic nature of what we call a meal. Because it's like you give a kid in America lunch and it's a hot dog, right? Does that have much nutritional value? So like compared to a kid like say in France that gets a couple pieces of fruit and a cheese and some veggie. I don't know.
No, right. And also our lifestyle is a complete 180 because I have people who live in Puerto Rico with meals full of rice and they're not overweight. Friends in Italy, dinner is 5 freaking courses. Okay,
all those pastas too.
But they walk. I mean, they're
not overweight.
It's lifestyle. Like you said.
My ex Mateo, 6'6". He cooked for us. It was like this giant meal. And I was like, oh my God, I can't handle this, you know? And of course, tall and skinny him and, you know, and his whole family.
Bastards.
Yeah. No, not bastards. I'm just saying, like, it's definitely like a thing, but also like a very different, more active lifestyle. Like one of my friends in, I forgot what town he's in. Oh, you know, he's in Calabria, right? So like he goes for a run every morning, like before he even has coffee or breakfast. And on his way back from the run, he picks fruit off the trees that he eats on the way back to the house. And then he has his morning coffee. And I'm like, man.
Yeah.
I was like, in the meantime, like I'm here, I wake up, I'm stressed the minute I wake up. I'm like, oh my God, it's a new day. And this new day means one less day to do all these other things. You know,
well, that's a horrible way to start your day, thinking that.
Every day.
Oh.
Even after the meds, it's great. At least with after the meds, it doesn't like cripple my life. So that's really nice.
Does it make you nauseous?
My many meds, they used to.
The little injection that helps with your diabetes, does it make you nauseous though? Do you get nauseous?
When I've been without it for a while, there is some nausea. Like the first, oh my God, I had some, my poor mom is like devastated because we can't have breakfast anymore.
Oh no,
right?
mama.
And like we can, but like I can't have it out of bed. So we can have coffee, but like nothing else. So like the first day after the injection, she made bacon and eggs. And I'm like, why are you trying to kill me? This is disgusting. And I'm opening all the windows and she's freezing. And I'm just like, I can't do this. You know, so now I've like forbidden her from like making morning bacon and eggs because it makes me so nauseous. Now the nausea part is over, you know.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, do you and your mom live together? Does she live close to you or?
No, she lives with me.
Oh, does she? Okay. I didn't know. So like
yeah, I've tried to keep the what's that character from The Big Bang? I've tried to keep at bay that I'm Harold. Is his name Harold?
I don't know. I never watched.
Whatever. The point is, my lifestyle is very much, you know, like, you need to take out the garbage. What, Mom? Yeah, it's very much that. It's great. It's very great. It's the Puerto Rican version of that.
I know. Well, you guys are. I have some Puerto Rican friends, and it's like the females in the Puerto Rican males' lives that are their family. It's serious. Like they take care of their ladies. If it's their mama, if it's their sister, if there's auntie, it's just like I don't know. That's the way I've seen. Like I've got a few guys that are Puerto Rican guys, and they came from Puerto Rico and they lived up in New York for a couple of years, Brooklyn, and then they came because they had family, and then they came down to the South or whatever on baseball scholarships. So yeah, I don't know. But they love their mamas, and I love them for loving their women so much.
Cliff, did you see my lipstick?
No.
Okay, I have to show it to you.
I'm like, did I miss? I was like, what did I miss?
You missed this. This is lip gloss, right? Which I just picked up yesterday. Check it out.
Oh my God, it shines. Are you kidding me?
For you? That's crazy. I love it.
It's a light. I love that.
Isn't that amazing?
Justin Birch Letters wants one. He wants 18 of them.
I've already ordered some.
I'm ordering one for my mom right now.
It's called Lip Lights. Lip Lights, Lip Shine.
Lip Lights, Lip Shine.
Like the future has come to makeup.
I love that.
I'm going to make a really lame admission. I collect comic cards, okay? But I have also now, because I've got some friends, I've started collecting the stupid fucking Lorcana cards.
You know what? I stay away from it with all my might. But if you don't think that it doesn't call to me, that I don't want to play Bell and summon cards from my deck to make more ink for me so I can lay out super powerful magical attacks to freaking...
I've got a foil Bell. She's worth like $60.
Right, but is that regular Bell or the one who actually like adds to your
legendary Bell? She's a foil.
See, that's the good one.
I called her gold clamshells. They're the gold clams. I got me a gold clam Bell.
Oh my God.
Y'all don't know what we're talking about because we're nerds. Don't do it. Don't.
Yeah, but like that game. But that game is really loved right now. Hey, Canadian survivalists.
Well, And so I went from it. I was like Lord of the Rings, Magic the Gathering, because I had to get my Lord of the Rings shit. And so now, and it's like, no, I'm not into Disney the same way I'm into Lord of the Rings. So I'm not going as balls to the wall, but I definitely just bought a booster box of 24 last night.
They just did another property, didn't they? Like Fallout or something?
There's 3. There's you talking about Ravensburger?
No, I think it's talking about Magic.
Lorcana has 3 sets out now.
Yeah, but they're all Disney. Justin, I think, is talking about the Fallout cards that they made for Magic the Gathering as part of their secret Lair collection.
Oh yeah, they're doing that, and they're doing like they did what's the Doctor Who? They did that.
They did that. That was not a hit.
I heard that.
That was not a hit.
I stopped after Lord of the Rings because I'm Lord of the Rings.
So yeah, I gotta send Canadian Survivalist Council of Comics pack out today. He won this.
Clayface.
And Scorch number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And another Scorch number 1. And this Ghost Rider number 1 foil.
Oh, that's cute.
Ooh, foil.
And this Ghost Rider number 1 Vengeance, not foil. And this Spectacular Spider-Man cover.
Very cool.
And this Vigilante pop figure.
Mm-hmm.
X-Men.
Nice.
X-Men. Timeless. Oh my goodness.
They do have Captain Amelia, Scott. I have. Let me grab.
Oh, Legendary Fell. I don't even know where this one came from, but it's in there.
Scott, they do have Captain Amelia.
Right? What? I don't remember this. Pine and Merrimack.
Oh, wait. Maybe I was wrong. Actually, I was thinking of Wendy Darling.
Sins of the Salton Sea. There is so many comics in here. I have lost track. This 90s Ghost Rider. Supergirl miniseries number 1 from the fallout of the Reign of the Supermen. Extinction Agenda.
138.
Did you miss me?
Yeah.
Rob.
I did.
Yes, I did, Rob.
This Storm number 1 icon cover. This X-Men Kiss cover, classic.
Is this a Brian mystery box or?
No, this is what Canadian Survivalist won from the Council of Comics this past month.
Captain Amelia, Scott.
Second print of. And this is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Re-Evolution number 1, Ryan Gary Brown exclusive cover.
Not a kiss. This is a card. This is a Lorcana
And
card.
last but not least, this 9.6 CGC graded Astonishing X-Men number 1.
It's a wonderful Cyclops.
Shut your pot.
Wow, sorry.
Lady F, have you watched episode 3 of the like, I wish that was always our Scott. That's what I wish.
He's way better, but I mean, he's still like getting confused when he shouldn't get confused over the women that he needs to love.
I don't think he was that confused. I think
not
he
as confused as in the books.
No, the books made it so much worse. And here he didn't actually abandon anyone. He
was just kind of like, who do I do it with?
Yeah, and then also the moment where Madeline's mind clears and she's like, "Let's get our son," like that was so beautiful. And
it was sweet.
And then they just did the duo attack on Sinister.
It was so fast.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
I like how at the beginning of the episode, Logan realizes what's going on and he perks up. He's like, suddenly there's enough genes for everyone.
Yeah, poor Morph. Morph is just, simping another straight guy. It's just
I didn't get a chance to see it yet. I sat down. I was going to watch it. And my wife was sitting on the couch when I realized she hadn't seen the first 2 episodes yet. So we had to go back and rewatch episode 1. And then she went off to go do her gaming. And then I was like, oh, well, do I watch episode 3 now and then have to go back and watch it another time with her? Or do I just go watch something else?
No, just watch them again. Like I'm still like, watch them again.
Well, so I decided I'd watch instead the wrestling that I fell asleep Wednesday night watching, and I got through one more match and then promptly fell asleep. So I ended up watching almost nothing last night, other than the inside of my in the inside of my eyelids. Exactly.
Scotty, I haven't gotten a Buzz Lightyear yet. I haven't found a Buzz Lightyear, but I'm not sure if I don't think I've seen any Pixar property cards. I don't think I've seen any Toy Story cards as Disney.
Hot take.
I was going to ask if I could show something off real quick.
Yeah, you risky business.
Buzz Lightyear is just a Adam Strange knockoff. There, I said it.
All right, I've been rewatching Game of Thrones. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like almost all the way to the end of before the House of the Dragon starts. Anyway, I realize I have the Game of Thrones Risk game.
Oh shit!
Oh yes, I do. And the reason I've never played it is this reason right here.
Well, those are all just the armies.
But come on, like
because you can play with like 6 or 8 different teams, of course.
And you can play on 2 different maps, 2 different SROs.
Sure.
Like, look at all this stuff. Like,
yeah,
very cool.
I saw this. Yeah, it is really cool, but I was like, it's still.
I always love Risk.
A little overwhelming.
Is Risk the one where it's the regular Risk is where you pick different regions of the Earth and you say I want to be like Russia or Asia? Or
yes, and you say Ukraine is weak all the time.
You're not. You end up. Yeah, essentially, yeah. Your armies are spread. You're trying to conquer.
And then you try to like
conquer the world. And
Okay.
Whoever
you get a certain amount of armies every turn based on the territories and everything else. Yeah, it's all controlled roll of the dice.
And you have to have more men basically than the other people.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have good rolling too. You have to roll a lot of
the dice have to be on your favor, but like with any good board game. Yeah, Risk is a light version of Axis and Allies. I was just about to say, if you want real challenge, go play some Axis and Allies. That is.
I want to live my life, I think.
That was Axis and Allies was a big one that we played when I was at military school. That one, and there was if you wanted a version that didn't take days to play, we would just play a game called Panzer Blitz, which was basically just tank warfare on the Eastern Front. That one was
Panzer Blitz.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that I need to bring Risk to Heroes Con. Got it.
Well, that's going to take a lot of time, but yeah.
Don't you do that, Justin.
And get people really drunk.
You guys should just
it would be fun to actually a more fun one to play there. We wouldn't take as much time as just to get some
Battleship.
Get Catan going.
Oh my god. That'll
Texas Hold'em and just really
end friendships.
And so instead of having Texas Hold'em where you play with money, you're going to play with comics. I will raise you a Punisher.
I love.
That's what we could do. We could do comics or comic cards. I got plenty of comic cards.
I love. Well, I pronounce it differently than you, Rob. I pronounce it Catan.
Settlers of Catan. Right.
Yeah.
No problem.
So, but I love it. I love that game.
I pronounce it like I pronounce my pie, pecan.
I am from West Virginia, so there is that.
Pecan. Just kidding. I call it pecan. Catan. What is the? Oh, it's also fun is some of those. I always like some of the games that switch it up where they're collaborative games where it's like you against the game instead of against each other. Like obviously there's like Lost Island and stuff there like that, but also there's like one we have somewhere here is like there's a tower defense game where there's like a tower in the middle and you're like all the players are working together to defend the tower from invading hordes of goblins and whatnot.
I've got Marvel Legendary. That's you versus the game. DC Deck Builder, you actually are against the
Marvel Legendary
and the game, but DC Deck Builder Crisis, it's you versus the game.
Sometimes it's the game versus you.
Has anyone ever done one of those murder games that's like
what, where you invite a bunch of people over for game night, but one of them is not going home?
No, not that one. It's not dinner. It's not that. It's like they have some fake, murder, and you have to be the detective and you have to solve the case, and you have so many pieces of evidence to go over, and there's like a couple stages of it, and you have to like log in and see if you have the correct answer for number one. Has anyone done those?
One time in my 20s, and I was Lady Chatterbox. I was so angry at my friend. It's the only time I ever dressed up as a woman ever. And, it was kind of fun, but I just don't think that people understood the spirit of it. Like, people were not really staying in character.
The murder mystery things, parties.
Okay, murder mystery parties were awesome.
I just wouldn't let it go. It was great.
The one that we
I didn't know it was the murderer.
We did one where it was like a Star Trek themed one that was somebody did once. It was kind of weird, but we used to have a game called Electronic Detective, and this is like from the early 80s, and there was like different murder mysteries to solve, and basically and you had like a stack of like 20 different there were 20 different characters that had profiles, whatnot, and basically you could ask it certain questions, but it was all based like typing it into this computer thing, and it would like give you these answers, and then you tried to track down who won. It was silly stuff, but it was almost as bad as like VCR Clue and stuff. Solve case files.
That my word.
All those VCR based games were awful.
I mean, look, they tried.
Yeah, it was really different.
Marvel United, I really love. I'm insanely into that, and of course, after I got insanely into it, I haven't really played it much. And then I invested in a massive Kickstarter for it, like a crazy person. And I'm waiting for that to ship.
I'm waiting for comics from Hot Shot Comics to ship for almost 2.5 years now.
Hey, the thing I was talking about is called Unsolved Case Files, and you're the detective.
Ooh.
And it has things like evidence bags and.
Wow. Does it have swabs, and you got to take cheap swabs of all the other players and send them off to forensics and wait 6 to 8 weeks only to find out they've been lost or tampered with.
Yeah.
Sorry, your DNA evidence got contaminated. You got to build your case some other way.
I appreciate the way that law enforcement is thinking outside of the box and trying to get us
outsource
common folk to solve cold cases.
That's right. Outsourcing it in the form of a board game.
It's actually saving the taxpayer a ton of money.
That's actually a brilliant idea, Justin. So
now if they could figure a way to help outsource some of the. Well, never mind. I was going to bring it down in a dirt. Now I'm moving on. Sorry.
Yeah, I literally had to go check out the Kickstarter and be like, "When are you shipping to me? It's already March."
I think we've all been burned by Kickstarters before. It's a horrible, terrible thing.
I'm trying to think if I've ever been burned by one or not. I just don't really do that many of them, so I don't think I have. Well, I think I had one that once didn't go to fruition. I don't remember if I got my money back or not.
There was one that didn't happen, and I was like, whatever. Like, I was like, it's fine. But the attacks that this guy took, just like the assault of like, this has been 2 years and I'm still getting the updates. So when people are hitting him on the community board, I'm like, oh my goodness.
I wish some of them would stop. I'm tired of getting stuff from Exploding Kittens. That game's been released and gone into production and is an actual real produced game now. But years afterwards, I'm still getting like email updates and shit from that thing. I'm like, really?
It's incredible. I can't remember anything where I've been getting stuff except for the poor guy who, like, yes, it's been more than 2 years. We know it didn't happen. The man has had personal tragedy. He's documented the whole thing. Let's just let it go.
I remember there was a game with something to do with like goats somehow. Like, I don't remember the theme was based around like some aggressive goats or something, but it never made it to fruition. But it was the Exploding Cats one we did, and there was another one that was like something. I have to go look at my pile of games. There's one that was something about koalas that we got from Kickstarter. But yeah, these animal-based board games, whatever. We were into board games for a while.
I mean, look, board games are great, and I do love the human interaction.
Yeah, the problem is what ends up when you get. They're great when you get people together to do them, but then when you get these games that are all the people, you get a bunch of people together and they've never heard of these games, and you haven't really had a chance to play it properly yet. It's hard to go through.
I learned the hard way. Watch the damn YouTube videos first.
Well, yeah. And that's where like I used to love watching like Will Wheaton's Tabletop.
Yes.
Right, because I thought that the format and how they would demonstrate, essentially play the game, but not do it in real time. It was like stop the highlights, certain things. I thought it was great. It was entertaining, and it exposed me to a lot of games. And there were some games that I bought because of how they played it on tabletop. And there were some games where I said, well, that sounds like an interesting game, but that's not a game for me. And then there were some games that I got that once I read the rules and instructions, I found out that they took liberties with the rules on the tabletop, and it's not exactly, they didn't actually follow the proper rules of the game type of stuff. But yeah.
Well, every so often he would make a notation at the end of the video about something they got wrong.
Right.
Or sometimes it would be a few episodes later, unfortunately. So that's too bad. However, I did find, like, when I got into, my friends and I tried to play Marvel United at his house, and we really struggled trying to make it happen, and we kind of thought we had it right. And I was like, so I went home and I was like, no, I am on a mission. I'm going to figure this out. I got the Avengers starter. I got the X-Men starter. I ordered them and I watched videos on how to play over and over and over and over again. And I watched like 7 different dudes who were all very good and who all had the fancy playmat that's round, right?
Are you talking about Overpower?
No, I'm talking about Marvel United.
Okay.
So you've got a miniature figure just to move around the board, but it is essentially a card game. You all choose what character you're going to be. You set up the villain. The villain has cards that tell you what kind of plots. You randomize your locations and set them up, and then the locations tell you what they do. And then each villain has henchmen. So you sort up the henchmen that you're going to stick out. And it's cute because the villain pieces are all red and the hero pieces are all blue, but certain pieces are purple. And purple pieces can be played as a hero or a villain, such as Magneto, Mystique.
White Queen?
No, she actually is just, they only made hero version.
What?
But I suspect they will make a Hellfire Club version eventually, and then that's where we'll get the villain one. They did make a Sebastian Shaw villain.
That's awesome.
Right? And like, so that was for X-Men Blue Team. And then they went a little overboard. They made X-Men Gold Team, and then with cards to have X-Men Blue and Gold go against each other to defeat the villain.
Huh. Well, what did you think about Kevin Bacon as Sebastian Shaw?
Oh, I actually enjoyed that.
I did too. I kind of liked it. And
by the way, January Jones, I love her. What a waste. She would have made a great Emma Frost if someone had been there to give her the material.
Give her some lines. Give her a script.
Like, it pisses me off. I'm like, did no one see her on
the potential? Yeah.
Did no one see her on television? Did no one see her nearly Emmy award-winning performances. Like, you're White Queen, and for what? Do people not know that we want to see Emma Frost? Does no one in the studio understand this?
No one in the studio read X-Men, or no one loved it like we did.
I mean, they did love it.
Did they?
They
didn't show it.
They did. They just like fediddling their employees more, but you know, it's unfortunate.
Bye, madam. Technically still asleep.
Love you guys.
Catch up, Meowser. See ya.
Take care.
Catholic. You Catholics. I was just thinking. Yeah, I was thinking so many things fucking going back times in England. I mean, shit, Catholics have been at it for a minute. I love it. When did the Catholic Church really start? Like the 1200s, the 1000s? Papal states were early. Like, that. Let's look that up. Was it like Charlemagne when the Catholic Church? When did
I feel like Charlemagne was a big influence.
Yeah, church start, because I think maybe he was the one that. Oh, Jesus founded the Catholic Church. Oh, right, around 30 AD. Okay, it says that the Roman Catholic Church began around 600 AD. Is that? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I love how the inspecific of it all is just beautiful.
Okay, Constantine the First, that was established the rights of the church in the year 315, but it says, according to the Moody Handbook of Theology, the official beginning was 590 CE with Pope Gregory the First. I don't give a fuck. All right, so we agree that the Papal States were like right before the thousands. Someone has an axe to grind. Oh, because I was typing with Cliff that. So I went to LSU, and they're all Catholic down there, and they're some of the funnest fucking people I've ever met in my life were Catholics. And I mean, that's, I guess that's overarching but it was a group of girls that I met. I met a really smart group of girls. I was in the honors classes and in the honors college. And they all came from this one school, Dominican, and their brother school was Jesuit. And Harry Connick Jr. Went to Jesuit back in the day. But yeah, these girls were some of the smartest chicks I ever known. They partied harder than fucking any. It took me my first Mardi Gras. I mean, I got crunk, but like they were very like, we got to be ready for mass. We got to be going to this shit. Like they'd party their asses off and be like,
and then we'll be up first thing in the morning.
Yeah, what are you wearing, girl? Like we got to look good.
So tell me, did they do mass and then Denny's, or mass and then?
Yeah, they did the dinners too. Well, okay. They would go, because that's basically, I asked her, I was like, why you do all this shit? Like, what's the deal, you know? And she's like, Catholicism is basically like, yeah, I mean, you could believe this shit if you wanted to, but we just like getting together and eating and drinking. And I was like,
they are very different.
They are awesome. The craziest shit I've ever seen has been down in Louisiana, and they do everything right.
So I hear after you guys, and by you guys I mean you, John's Comics for Kids, Gore Vidal, that after you sent me spiraling into existential crisis last week, that you're going to unite together again this weekend to do it again.
Are we?
Well, you're uniting soon, because last night John said that that's coming up. And
he wants to talk again about something?
Yeah, because he's like, he felt he only covered half the topics the first time around with Oppenheimer. He's like, so we're gonna do some more. And I was like, really, dude? I was like, because I was like questioning life. Like,
did you like it? Did you like that?
I liked it, but also I was not asking for this, and I was really like laying up at night staring at the ceiling.
Because you have to. Those are the questions, dude.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough stuff when you think about that shit. It's just like there's no right or wrong. It's all just like we're all just monkeys creating things that we can't control. Anyways, Rob Fat Stacks.
Rob doesn't know the psychological challenges that are facing me for Only Slabs. I'm just so excited and so insane. I can't wait.
If only I had some experience with Only Slabs and could understand how people are.
He doesn't know a thing about it.
I spent yesterday, I spent 30 minutes with the guy who's coming on this Saturday because he wanted to test his camera and sound and lighting and all this other stuff ahead of time.
I kind of love that.
Well, he was building a new room and everything else. I do too, except that he's like using his phone as a camera and he had it locked in portrait mode. So it was good at least that we tested that because we was to get him to get it out of portrait mode so he could rotate his phone without him standing on his side. But then like his lighting in his room's like, meh. He's wearing his like cowboy hat. So no, you gotta lose the cowboy hat because his lighting's from all above. So he's got cowboy hat was putting shadows on his face. I said, if you can find yourself a table lamp or something from somewhere else and put it off to the side in front of you so you have some direct light instead of because he's only got track lighting, and so it's like,
is this better?
That is phenomenal, sir.
I can't wait. So I get
the lighting. We like the wall.
Oh, that's issue 300.
You just need an extra row below to go down another row. But
that's for the future. But can you believe that this is like?
I love that issue.
I mean, I like it. But first of all, I forgot I had it. I literally found it yesterday.
Hulk 300 is a great book. Hulk 250 is better, but
Hulk 250 is better. Maybe one day I'll find it. But
do you have it slacked, Hulk 250?
So I want to share something with you guys as someone who's a collector and stuff, but like Whatnot is like, it's like alcoholics going to the casino.
Is it? I'm gonna make an admission. Is that I've never downloaded Whatnot because I've chosen just not to.
Don't do it.
No, Lady F, just don't do it. No, and the dude. So like so initially, everyone gets these guys are hype machines, and they get so hyped about everything, and so it became like a thing where I had the phone going, and on my laptop, I'm like Googling the book to make sure that like I'm not getting a bad deal
because they hype up anything. Turok 1,
right? Like this slab was part of like a package that I like a mystery, like one of those things where like, oh, if you get this, like it could be a mystery item attached to it. So this was like the attached mystery item, but the guy like built up Hulk 300 to no end. Right. And then like I looked it up. It's like a $65 book. Still great because I got it for free off of a different purchase, but also like, okay, maybe not so much hype. But yeah, like it's insane because like really, if you have the time and the money between eBay and my comic shop and Whatnot and just the internet in general, every day is a comic book convention.
But not as fun.
It's not as fun because you don't have the human interaction stuff, but the gratification of haggling swiftly online and something showing up at your door 2 or 3 days later is insane. But yeah, but ever since I had enough slabs to go on Only Slabs, and I wrote to Rob and like, hey, I see you have openings, let's do it. Ever since then, like I've bought 3 new slabs since then. Like because this is crazy, right? But I actually want better stories, right? Because like the ones I got them with like purpose,
I love that appearances on this show are starting to influence people on what they buy.
Yeah, but that's not the first. Like, you're not the first person I've heard say that. Like, I've heard multiple people say that.
There you go.
It's true.
You should send that book to me so I can give it away in my giveaway bin.
No, you can't give my books away.
The Marvel White Rabbit. Oh my.
Give your own books away, Rob Pat Stacks. Don't you get mine.
I do.
Oh, final issue. I got that recently.
Barry Windsor Smith is my boyfriend. You've gotten incredible deals off Whatnot, Gary. Well, you're braver than I. I was kind of like Cliff when you said I am staying away from Lorcana because I know the danger.
Yep.
That was me and Whatnot. I said, I know you. I know this evil.
You don't have my best interest at heart.
Yes.
No, I'm looking at a stack of books here that did not have my best interest at heart. You know? Now, what's really sweet is I won this for $6 plus shipping.
But was the shipping more than $6?
Yes, but Very Gary Comics, I was watching his stream. He's local to me. So I'm watching his stream. It was him and the Personal Defects, right? And no one else bid on this. I was like the opening bid, and I got it, right? And he's like, but he said every purchase is going to get a free book, right? So this is the free book that he sent me.
That's not a book.
Exactly. It was 3 books.
I'm not a mathematician.
It was very nice of him, but he did know it was me.
Oh, Cliff.
Batman Two-Face cover.
Pretty girl. Hey, pretty lady. You want to punch it? I love She-Hulk.
Super Pro 1. Super Pro 1. What?
Another what? See, this was a bad night for me on Whatnot.
Why?
Oh, nice.
Why is that bad? That's good.
No,
Show me your subbies. Show me your subbies.
Because I got all of them.
No. You give me that 50.
I'm not
give me
giving-
that 50.
I'm not
That's
giving it up.
51. Keep going. That's 52.
Yep.
53. Keep going.
Oh, there you go.
That's 54. Keep going. I don't got that one.
There we go.
I can show you some of that.
That's right.
Mine's.
Right out of the giveaway bin.
Oh, I hope a lucky person gets that.
What's important about that book? I don't know.
What else is in this giveaway bin here? Witching Hour.
So the gentleman.
Okay.
X-Men 1.
Okay.
Some old Thor.
Yeah, I'm
Signed
trying.
Nova. Some Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen.
Superman's pal.
I don't have 50.
Bearded shirts. So bearded shirts.
Tomb of Dracula. Adventures of Superman. There's a virgin variant of Ultimate Spider-Man #1.
I'm such a big kid. I had to share my subbies too.
Web of Spidey.
Oh, I feel like I'm the only one not showing off comics.
Yeah.
Mr. Miracle.
It's okay. You don't succumb to the peer pressure like I do. When subbies shown.
Do I even like comics?
First Dark Star?
No.
Yeah, Champions is got like lots of great little things for 17 issues.
Right.
Champions. I have 6 issues. I have the last 2 issues of Champions, and they're the best. No, Champions is great.
He's great. That's what we got in here. Yeah. There's more Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen.
Hey.
But how about this one in the giveaway bin? You like this one, Lady F? What?
Yeah.
First Adaptoid.
Yeah. Well, do you like Geraldo Rivera? What?
Who doesn't?
Dracula.
Especially like him when he tries to open vaults.
With the he still got the broken nose from when somebody threw a chair at it.
Yeah. Rob, do you remember that vault evening and how disappointed he was that there was nothing in there when they were done?
Yep.
Crazy. Yep. That was live.
Look at this. This cover's awesome. Look at that.
Rawr.
It's a great one. Werewolf by Night. What else is in here?
Duckman.
Duckman.
Okay, so I said I hated drawing ducks on this one show back 100 years ago. And then everybody started inundating me with duck comics. And now I'm just like, fuck it. I'll collect duck comics. Fuck you.
There you go.
I like ducks now.
Fuck a duck.
So anyhow, I just want to tell you guys, bearded t-shirts. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Beardedshirts.com, right? So that's where J-Man sent me my Timberwolf shirt from.
Mm-hmm.
And the gentleman who created the website, he how can I say this delicately? I want to say delicately and not like make the algorithm go crazy. Oh my God, what are the words? All right, let's say inappropriate and abusive relationship with his dad, right? So one day he went and he bought a pistol and he had every intention of just ending it for his father and himself, right?
Wow.
And he stopped by this drugstore and he saw a Legion of Superheroes comic book and he bought it for himself. And he read the comic book. And I don't even know what issue it is. I would love to talk to the guy. Awesome, Captain America. I would love to talk to him about it. But this issue of Legion of Superheroes was Bill and Ted was so focused on heroism, on doing the right thing, on supporting your friends, that he decided not to take any action with the gun. Right? So then he grew up to just try his best to have a normal life. He married a woman. They had 7 children.
Jeebus.
I love Greg Land.
Yeah, that's the giveaway, Ben.
And so after having the 7 children, he realized that he was definitely gay and he was just trying too hard, right? Based on his past experience. So, but he ended things amicably with his wife. They're still friends. She was understanding, even though it was a bit devastating. Shogun Warriors, is that number 1?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God! Where's Chris the comic vet to chat?
I can't believe. Can you be? Well, you know what? In my defense, I have 14 more copies.
Oh well, you have
in my PC. So,
how are you doing,
Dr. Feet?
So anyhow, so now he has a home for abandoned LGBTQ youth. The website with the t-shirts, it helps support that.
Nice.
And there's more than just t-shirts on there too. Oh, Ultimate, X-Men number 1. So anyhow, that's it. That is my spiel about beardedshirts.com. Try to support him. It's amazing. He's got an amazing story. And I'm just so thrilled that someone could be influenced by the Legion of Superheroes like this. Oh, beautiful Aquaman.
Number 15. That's in the giveaway bin, Cliff.
I learned not to just be shocked anymore.
I'm not a big Aquaman fan, and I don't collect a lot of DC, but I do want to start collecting all of those just because of the covers.
The Silver Age covers are flipping amazing.
There's like some covers
they really are good. I only have one in my PC, and that's the second Black Manta, which is just like a movie poster.
Oh, is that the one him with like towering over him?
Yeah, he's like or holding him up, whatever. And then the trade dress is like,
oh
yeah, it's beautiful.
You know, like look at all the stuff happening on this cover.
The lot.
Yeah, I'm done.
It's amazing. We got the Mole Man, we got Mole Man, we got Spidey in the middle, we got Mr. Fantastic up in there. It's just crazy. I love it.
Up in where?
Up in here.
Up in the underworld.
Up in her.
How did you guys bring it back to religion? Ooh,
I'm just so happy my room remodel is finally done for my only slabs.
Oh, Rob. This what you want?
Yeah.
So, Rob, because I'm going to King Kong in the morning and then racing back for the show in the afternoon. Oh, that's a nice Captain America the Falcon. Do I have that one here?
It reminds me of Spider-Man 110.
And I wish I lived close enough to go to King Kong. I really do.
How far are you?
I think Pittsburgh.
I really like this issue.
You like it? Why do you have so many? Because you love her so much?
It's like
Misty Knight galore?
It's the first appearance of Nightshade, the female scientist who, when she doesn't get funding anymore, she says the world's not fair and throws herself off the side of a cliff, which is how every scientist should behave when they don't get funding.
And they should dress like that.
They should dress just like that in the lab to keep away from all the caustic chemicals. Yeah. So it's like the best, campiest, best / worst. I only have a slab version. I give it to my friends, my female friends in science, and I'm just like, Godspeed.
And they're like, why would you give this to me?
Because you can always fling yourself off the side of a mountain. But she secretly, her headband has a little helicopter thing, and so she didn't die. She saved herself, but you don't find that out until many issues later. It's super camp. Love it.
She was just being a drama queen.
I mean, most female scientists are, right? They're hysterical. Don't even know about that.
I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
She's also in the second season of Luke Cage, but she's as Maria Dillard's daughter.
That's interesting.
Which makes it interesting because she is part good, part villain. So
yeah, well, in other stories, and then she comes around later. She's got an ambiguous kind of thing.
Well, she joined Modoc's 11. That is not typically the best.
No, but sometimes you get jaded.
Listen, you get jaded. I don't know. Like, for instance, do you see me running off with Magneto?
You would if you could, bitch. You would.
I wouldn't. I mean, I'd want to, but I wouldn't. And I mean, but I wouldn't. I would want to do the right thing more.
Totally would, mole man. Such a mole man.
Although I can tell you, I would have been bitch slapping Scott Summers left and right during the Scott Summer days.
I don't like him. I love Fantastic Four so GB much. It made me happy. It made me happy in my childhood.
They are magical.
There's a good one. All right. So what hot button issue do we need to tackle now?
Oh my God. Can we not? I used up so much energy already this morning.
I know. I won't. I'm sorry.
How about we just tackle the hot butt issues?
Hot button Panther.
Oh my God. I'll start. Captain America, Chris Evans.
Did you see his D? Did you see that picture?
Yes,
oh my God. He's packing heat.
I've seen his brothers too.
Have you?
Yeah, his brother. It's so funny because Nature really did a number on those two because I definitely think Chris is hotter than Scott, but Scott got
blessed.
Scott got better equipment.
But can he build a shed the same way?
I'm pretty sure he can.
Is he America's ass?
No, he's America's front side.
Yeah, he's America's dong.
Yeah.
I thought that was Florida.
No,
that's America's micropene.
That's a whole different kind of thing.
That's America's
America's schlong.
Yeah. America's
Did I ever tell you guys how my niece had to confess to me that she was working for Chick-fil-A because she knew I was gonna not take it well. But I actually went to one Chick-fil-A once because of her. So her Chick-fil-A is actually owned by a gay Christian, right? Only that's under the radar. He never said anything to Chick-fil-A. He just applied for the paperwork. He had the $20-something thousand that you need to get started, and Chick-fil-A handles the rest. And then once Chick-fil-A got their hands off of it, his whole 90% of his staff is queer. So she's like, Uncle Cliff, you don't understand. Everyone I work with is gay and trans.
That's awesome.
So I was like, okay. So then I started doing a little research locally. And so there's one Chick-fil-A within 45 miles of me. And the owner is queer. So I went there.
Taking it over. Good.
My youngest loves Chick-fil-A. Doesn't care. They're all.
And the thing is I know that me being that way is really only about one major person in that company and not about everyone in the company. Right.
And whether or not they have a tasty chicken sandwich.
And which, by the way, it's good, but I make better.
You make a better.
Well, I
chicken
think that the statement that somebody can home make something better than a fast food restaurant shouldn't surprise anyone.
It shouldn't, But there's Rob. Do you know how many people there are out there who just don't cook?
I know there's a lot.
Me. I mean, I can cook, but not well. I'm great at sandwich.
As we all should be. So Lady F, like, what do you feel is like your barrier to cooking? Is it like the attention, or like
this is okay? I'll tell you exactly what it is.
As a scientist, she can't follow instructions and measure precisely.
As a scientist, I follow cookbook instructions every fucking day. It's just another protocol.
Yes.
It's sloppy lab. I'm over it. By the time I get done, I don't want to fucking work in the lab anymore. And honestly, it's just a cheap lab at that point. I'm just like, no, fuck you. Cook yourself, fucker.
Yeah. I wonder if you would be fabulous at baking, because baking is
I probably would be. I'm actually not bad at it, but I don't like it.
It's also why she owns a cat and not dogs, because she doesn't like labs.
My kitchen is notoriously small in this little place. I'm actually put a bid in on another place, and I just got a cash offer on my place. So things are in the move, and I'm hoping that I can get a bigger kitchen, and I'll be hooked. I know I hate box crap, but it's just like, honestly, I would rather just get a bag of raw veggies, some fucking cottage cheese, like stuff that I can just eat. I'm lame as fuck. I can cook eggs. I'll make a scrambled, some scrambled eggs, but I hate cooking.
What I have found that it's quite impressive, I think.
It's like, what the fuck, bitch?
Is, although as a person who does cook, but what I do find is interesting for the people who don't is the number of options that are actually beginning to increase that allow you to have some reasonable stuff. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like my local grocery store here, they've gone beyond just like having rotisserie chickens there. They have whole sections where there are completely like pre-done meals.
I do the rotisserie chickens. I'll get them bitches because you can make a salad.
But now they also have like full-blown like baked ziti, chicken all kinds of things that are you can just pick them up and put them in your fridge and then heat them up and be good to go.
I do that at Publix.
That's quite impressive. Some of
Publix is not bad. I'll do that with Publix.
Mary came home yesterday or the other day. She'd gone to the store. They had pre-made or pre-done, ready to go chicken cordon bleus. So all she had to do is like bake them and stuff. And I was like, that was fabulous. I mean, it's like
protein bars, like fucking the drink replacements, anything. I just fucking hate cooking. And like the times that I've done it, people said it's good too. And I just don't like it. Like, I can make these really good burgers that I've made for my mom and like her friends, but it's just like, I don't. But maybe if I got a bigger, like my kitchen is very small. So I'm thinking if I move, I'm just going to have so much more room, and I'm going to try and like not be myself. I'm going to pretend to be somebody else.
Oh, be Batman.
Okay, I'll be Batman in the kitchen.
Whenever you can, always be Batman. Yeah.
What does Batman cook?
Riddles.
Justice.
Ooh, it's served cold though. In the dark of night.
I'm gonna need some recipes. Batman recipes. Stats.
Gotham by Gazpacho.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm gonna have to disappear for just a moment again. I have somebody who needs to make a phone call to me. So hopefully you guys won't go into weird prison bar mode.
Okay, we won't.
I know that Legion of Comics is there. I'm leaving you guys in 16:9, so hopefully you go to a 3x mode. Let me remove myself and see what happens.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Yeah. Let's so now let's bring up some really controversial stuff that's gonna freak everybody out.
No, let's not. Let's not.
I got an idea.
Okay.
I can only handle that so often.
This is what's been swirling around in my head for about a week now. I believe that the next American Civil War won't be based on politics, but by what brand of root beer you prefer.
Yeah, because I would be seceding because I don't believe in root beer.
You have to
Forget your arms. Where's my knife? I don't believe in root beer. I said it. What now? I got it. This bad boy says that you can't do anything.
Everybody likes root beer.
These colors don't run. Look. Oh great, Mark's back to fucking police us on the root beer.
I haven't gone anywhere. I've just been backstage.
Oh. When will the nuclear war start? It already has. No, I don't know.
To get the answer to that, refer back to the Oppenheimer stream.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh
that is correct. A&W is the only correct response for what is the best root beer.
We used to have A&W restaurants where they would share, like, have hamburgers and root beer. Hamburgers and root beer.
They're very popular in Canada, and I only have one here. And the one that we have in our area, which is 30 minutes from me, is an A&W KFC combo.
That's interesting.
Oh, I think I just got heartburn.
Mark's out there like yelling at the little kids. He's like, "You suck, motherfucker!"
And you know what's like super fun? When I'm in Canada, the only KFC near my family is a KFC Taco Bell combo.
I've seen those.
And it's outrageous.
I've seen I saw the Heroes Reborn, Scotty. I remember when that came out. It did not fare very well. So I would be shocked if you can find them on anywhere, but
you know which Heroes Reborn I went out of my way to get? I got the 3 that feature the Wildstorm characters because I know one day they're gonna take off just because like you'll never be able to see the Wildstorm characters in print and Marvel again, probably.
Okay, that's interesting. That's where they did like Power Woman, which is like the same as Wonder Woman or Power Girl or something. It's not Power Girl. What's the chick that's basically the Marvel version of Wonder Woman? Power Princess.
Power Princess. But no, she's from Squadron Supreme.
Power Princess. But I mean, she's basically Wonder Woman, dude.
She's meant to be. She's meant to be Wonder Woman.
I know. It's that scene from the new Civil War movie trailer. Sure like root beer, son, but what kind? Spits dip. Guns locked and loaded. No, we're talking about 2021. I know exactly what run you're talking about. Because I think they had cards. They had comic cards they were giving away free. And I have some of those freebies because they gave them away at the counter. And yeah, remember that. What are y'all going to do this weekend?
Mail things.
Oh, at first I thought you meant like mail things, like MALE, like dude things, and then I get it. Like you're gonna mail things. I gotta go mail things, dude.
It's my weekend to work, but I'm gonna work and juggle Easter stuff. Are we hunting eggs on Sunday? Yeah. I'm gonna work and run back and forth from the kennel to Easter stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm thinking for my nieces on Sunday, and one of them, her hot boyfriend is making steaks.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one,
wow, Lady F, wow.
24.
Oh, not just too young.
And then the other one, I don't know if he'll come. I don't know if we've scared him enough for because we all.
Well, if I no, sure.
Well, no, because he's 34, right? But my niece is 21. So let me tell you, I interrogated the life out of him.
You need to because that's
as you should.
But which is funny, right? Because her dad was there, but like my brother was just all into like this old ass mofo, like raw, right? So like he tried to talk to him, but my brother is not interrogative the way I am. So I was just like, so tell me about your work. I was like, oh, security. Oh, like IT security. Oh, cool. I have an IT background. Right? So things I found out about him. Number one, that he had a long-term relationship and it really didn't work out because he had suffered depression. the depression he was suffering from is he lost 2 sisters within 4 years to 2 car accidents.
Oof.
You know,
That's hard.
Very hard, right? And then lastly, that he did not know the age difference between him and my niece until their second date. And then the last thing, which I really, really, really like, his parents are crazy about my niece. So I'm not worried about him being some freak because, like, in fact, when she came for Christmas, his parents gave her a box of cannolis to bring to us. And we haven't even met them yet. So, and it's funny because, like, you know, like my other family members are like, oh, you know, we still got to keep an eye on him. I was like, no, his parents love her. They sent us cannolis. Like, I'm like, the guy has suffered some loss. I was like, these are all the signs that he's actually sounds like a pretty good dude, you know? So,
his parents want grandkids. That's what it is.
Yep.
Oh no, of course, but like the fact that they met her and they really like her and like they're interested in meeting us, like these are good signs for me.
And they probably, like, honestly, man, like they probably just want their son to be happy because if he lost 2 sisters, I mean, like, he's the only one left.
I'm not sure he's the only one left, but yes, you're right. As a parent, losing a child is so catastrophic, right? Yeah, I'm sure they just want him to be happy. And it's just something I wouldn't wish on anybody. But anyhow, I'm sorry that I'm kind of ending on a downer. I keep not meaning to do that. But I do have to go. I love you all. Please take care of yourselves. Have a lovely holiday weekend if I don't get to talk to any of you, okay?
Thanks for talking to us about the annulment.
Listen, I'm happy to share experiences and educate whenever I can. All right.
Okay, see you, buddy.
We'll see you.
Bye. All right. I probably need to get out of here. I've hung around too long, but I had fun.
Did you really hang around too long?
Yeah.
Or just the right amount?
Maybe just the perfect.
There you are. What does Miss Kitty say?
She says I'm in Caroline's bed because when Caroline gets up, I turn into the queen. Plus, she was out all night, so she's probably not out.
That's right.
Bed. All right, y'all. Have fun. Hope Finn has all the luck on the field day. Hope he gets lots of eggs, not cracked.
Field trials.
Field trials. All right, give him hell. Okay, I'll see you, dudes. Bye.
There we go. I think it's we've hit that time then. As we come up on 4 hours, I think it's time for Mark to promote one last time to make sure that everybody understands what's coming up.
Heroes Con.
Yeah.
Cancer will be there in 1769. But before that, come by Tuesday at 1:30 right here instead of the new DC Day stream. We'll be doing the new Ghost Machine Day stream, kicking off the big event. We'll have Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, Jason Fabach, and Brian Hitch all on the channel live to hang out, dive into all things Ghost Machine, as well as do a fantastic giveaway. So you will not want to miss that.
Super Pendificlus. Well, on that note, then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this Friday. As we do every Friday, we want to thank, of course, our friend Justin Birch, who told us that today's show was brought to us by the letters C and 3. Of course, the big good friends over there at BTC, Justin's Cleaning, blah, blah, blah. Don't forget to become a member of the AVX Cook Exchange, become a member of the channel, Legion of Comics, because all together, you know, we are Legion. And on that note, super duper